Hey, buddy, in the building. Karen, you know what I'm going to ask for, right? We need that music, please. Music, please. Let's see here. There it is.
The Self Love Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent. It's the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show. To expose and unequal. The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show.
Three words, Sif 9 meals.
The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. You know how the story goes. It's the Self Love Show.
Indeed, it is. The views expressed in today's pod are those of the host, the guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. Welcome to the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network, and as we call it, TATN. This is the pod where we dive extremely deep into the intersections of mind, body, spirit, and culture. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie. First off, all praise to the ancestors. Second off, all praise to the Most High. Third, big ups to my beloved late Mama Sky. Miss you every moment. The scroll was supposed to be harmless. A quick check-in, a little bit of connection. A way to pass a few minutes between moments. But somewhere along the way, it became something heavier. Something that pulls at the edges of our attention, blurs our sense of time, and leaves both kids and adults feeling strangely drained, even when nothing bad happened. Tonight, we're stepping into that quiet, unsettling space where design meets psychology and habit becomes compulsion. Scientists won't call it Dane Bramage, but they're raising alarms about what constant digital stimulation does to our focus, sleep, and emotional regulation. Big ups to the regulators. Especially for our young people whose minds are still wiring themselves for adulthood. Parents feel it. Teachers see it. Teens live inside it. And the platforms driving it all insist they're just giving us what we want. Sounds like the plug, don't it? If I don't push that dope to him, baby, somebody gonna push that dope to him. So the question becomes bigger than screen time. Should the United States draw a hard line and ban minors from social media altogether? Or is that just another simple answer to a complex problem? In this episode, we're going to break down the science, the culture, and the stakes behind the death scroll, and what it means for the next generation growing up inside the feed. So, whip out your self-love vision and your 10 hats. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. And the revolution will not be on YouTube. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live and live in color on Tuesday, January 27, 2026 at about 7:11 in the rack. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnificent universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be right here together. Here together. Bear down, what down, brother Wordsmith? What you manifesting today?
Love, Nat. You know me. I'm manifesting love. What you manifesting?
Ditto, good brother. Pure, unfiltered, unfettered. Some say harsh, some say tough, but I can assure you it's self-love just the same.
No doubt, no doubt.
What's been going on in your neck of the rack, neck of America since we last popped out?
My goodness, this weather, boy. Woo. Blizzard time. Cold. super cold, -10 on Friday. It was -10. And that's not wind chill, it was -10.
What was it with the wind chill?
Like 20 something.
Hawking out there, huh?
Man, the hawk was hawking like a mug. Man, then it snowed right after that.
Warmed up, snowed, and then dipped down, and then the temperature dropped right after it snowed.
Yep. Dropped while it was snowing. I hadn't seen anything like that.
Wow.
I stayed in the house, and first time I didn't even know it snowed. I looked, I was like, oh shit.
Stayed cold. Didn't get to that balmy 20 degrees.
No.
Wow.
Also,
That was lake effect.
yeah, a lot of it. And it was that powdery blow in the wind type snow.
Can you say powder on here?
Yeah, powdery.
Okay.
I didn't say powder. I said
No,
powdery.
they got those bots. I don't think the AI knows the difference.
Yeah, they know the difference. They know the difference between the ish and the regular. So
Yeah.
they know,
Yeah.
So
Ish.
yeah, ish.
Yeah.
Powder ish. Okay, is that better?
Yeah, it was the ish snow.
Yeah, I dug it. And happy belated born day to Stace Dude. And happy born day to Aunt B.
Yeah, Aunt B. Stays dude. Enjoy your day. Illa, he'll be on the 31st.
That's right.
And my niece Davinique, and
Yeah.
my brother Dave, he tomorrow.
Right. I always forget that.
Yeah, a
Oh,
lot of born days.
yeah. That's interesting. His birthday is a day away from Aunt's.
Yeah, yeah. All right. What to expect on today's jamboree? We've got the Self Love Show quote of the day. Then we always have our more growth and development platform video, and then we're going to react to a video, and we want your feedback as well. It's something that's trending. Typically, could be tyranny. Then, of course, we got today's topic: the social media death scroll and Dane Bramage. Should the United States ban underage users? Do us a favor, hit that like button, share this link to like minds. And of course, we wrap it up with my favorite, personal favorite part of the whole shebang, wordsmiths, final words out there. And that's where this brother's going to summarize today's topic off the rip, off the top of the dome out there, and push it out there from the ether to the ether. Do stick around for that.
Yeah.
All right. You got any announcements there, fella?
Save the dates. June 19th through the 21st. Midwest Festivals presents Ancestor Echoes. It's a glamping event extraordinaire. You have to be there. That's the only way you can experience it is being there. Even seeing it online, because we have some DJs stream from the event. It does not capture entails everything. Doesn't capture the whole thing, the whole entailing.
I
You
concur.
got to be there.
It's like the difference between watching your baby being born on a video or actually being there and feeling the spirit come into this realm.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I concur to that. Also, anybody going to the beta charter day by the 31st, you got to get your meal order in, or you will be eating a very special meal, a Kappa meal, according to Brother Newman. All right. All right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So make your selection and make your selection by the 31st. They sent out a link for that. All right, y'all. And stop the violence as always. Do stop the violence. All right. If there's anyone out there who likes to scroll on social media, should be most of us. Anyone out there who may have teens or young ones out there, They're watching you scroll all day. Maybe it's child neglect. You're not gonna call it that because you're biased. They want your attention. You know what I mean? You're staring at that screen out there. Maybe you're taking care of business. The job is, that being said, we want to hear from you. Where you checking in from? What neighborhood? What city you repping? Rep your hood. Maybe not your block. Yeah, let's do it. All right, enough of my yapping out there. Let me turn it over to this brother so he can handle his business.
Yes, y'all. Don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. As you know, we have been doing this for a while. We've got a lot of content to improve your mental. These are lessons, not lectures. As always, we have some extremely important video to watch. But before that, we always have the Self Love Show quote of the day. Technology is a useful servant, but a dangerous master. Technology is a useful servant, but a dangerous master. Christian's Lewis Lang.
Yeah, tech. It's a blessing and a curse out there.
For real, that the AI stuff, man, that works perfect for that because it is a useful tool, but it can be a dangerous master.
All of it. Fire,
Man,
the spoken word, written language, all of it.
And it's all technology too. So
Yep.
right. Silverback, more growth and development platform. Silverback, more growth and development platform. Number one, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number two, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And three, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influences. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
Closing the gap. Closing the gap. And 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary. I ain't arguing with that. If you missed last week's show, the self-sabotaging psychology, why is it done and how to stop it? What say ye, Brother Wordsmith? Outstanding show. I advise you to check it out. Check it out. Yeah, we did a poll. Do you self-sabotage? 0% said rarely. 25% said never. 25% said often. And 50% said sometimes. Fascinating data. Yes. Fascinating data. Which one did you roll with? Sometimes. Yeah, I went with often. It's interesting, though, that, half the population, 75% of the population either do it often or sometimes. And it's probably more than that. And they, just not fully aware that they're doing it. Could be. Brother Wordsmith has solved today's dome teaser. That's pinned in the chat, you guys. That is pinned in the chat. But today's warm-up poll question is, should us, the United States, ban all children under 16 from anti-social media access. Should us, the United States, ban all children under 16 from social media access? And your potential responses are simple. Okay. Most definitely. Right. Absolutely not. Okay. Unsure. Because you like to rub your bum on the fence, get those worms out of your bum. Now, Karen just dropped that link in the chat. You can click on that most recent link. It'll allow you to drop your poll in there. It's totally anonymous, your mominous, and yeah, we'll go over the data at the end of today's show. Big ups to all the sponsors. Big ups to Midwest Festivals presents Ancestral Echoes, Echoes, Echoes. It's a glamping house music festival extravaganza. Top of the line, well put together, you know, safe, fun, lots of games, you know, lots of things going on there, right? Get out under the stars, limited light pollution, all the stars, the ancestors. We are stars. Reconnect. Allow them to reconnect with you. Great people, you know, the house music crowd, the house heads, as some people like to call them, are very good people. They've got things to live for, things to lose. So you don't have to worry about any shenanigans, right? Beautiful stage, sound system. The sound is just done perfectly. And the DJs. Last but certainly not least, the best DJs from the Midwest pop out and they show out. All right. You can book you a camper. Those places will drop ship for a fee, your camper out there for you, set it up, or you can reach out to Ancestral Echoes and they have tents available. Right? They've got tents available.
Most certainly do.
You know, nice tents too.
Yeah, for rent, of course.
Yeah, small fee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Small fee. I mean,
Be nice setup when you get there and you just bring everything you need for inside and
just bring your shenanigans.
Man.
You know? Bring your shenanigans.
You won't have to set up or break down.
Yeah, if you're worried about heating up too much, don't worry about that. There's a misty water feature.
Oh, yeah.
That everybody should have in their backyard.
Man, every hot summer day, because it's amazing.
Oh, man.
Change the temperature from 90 degrees to 75 or 80.
Yeah, 100%. And bring your shenanigans or don't. There'll be plenty of shenanigans around. But big ups to Midwest Festivals and Ancestral Echoes. This will be their 5th shindig. It's growing, and you got to be there. Big ups to Tay Mills Aesthetics, licensed, bonded, fully insured. Multicultural skin, body, and weight loss pro. You find yourself in sunny Southern California. You might be getting away from the weather and the rack, specifically in the Los Angeles area. Karen just dropped the link in the chat. Reach out to www.taymilzaesthetics.com. All right.
Awesome.
What's that?
I said, awesome. She's amazing and, get you right together.
That's right. Bella B. Bella B. Designs 365 at gmail.com. That's where you can reach Bella B. Designs 365 at gmail.com. You got an idea for a shirt? You know what I mean? Maybe you want to put somebody on a shirt. You got an op out there. You can put your op on the shirt before you even put your op on the shirt, for instance. You know what I mean? Reach out to Bella B. Reach out to Bella B. And then we got Gym Recovery. Gym Recovery. You might be in the Chicagoland area and you hit one of those potholes, wasn't paying attention, texting while driving. Boom. Messed up the whole wheel, not just the tire. Yeah, well, reach out to Gym Recovery. Gym Recovery will pull up in a top of the line, brand new flatbed truck with all the tech. He's got over 3 decades of experience. You can ride with him, get your whip to safety so that the Venezuelans or Pookie and Ray Ray won't be able to rummage do all your personal stuff and steal your gun because you leave your gun in the car like a moron, or steal your identity because, you know, they're getting all the information right out of your glove box that you don't lock. Okay. He'll pull up, have Fox News playing, you know what I mean? And you just ride with him, and he'll start talking to you about how great the Green Bay Packers are. Okay. All right. He may or may not have that stick on him.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Coach. When is he okay since the the
I
loss?
told you he pulled up. We hadn't seen him all season, and he pulled up the mouthpiece included.
After the season?
After the loss, yeah.
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 No doubt.
Right. He was pulling up after we lost the first 2 games. And then when we went crazy and started winning, ain't seen nothing, ain't heard from him. And then we finally lose, and then he pops out and wants to
gloat.
Excrete his poop.
Gloat.
Yeah. I asked himself, I said, FGB? And he was doing like this. I said, FGB?
He wouldn't say it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, no, we got to hear it from you. He's like, man, you know I can't say that. What? What? We got that on tape. I'm going to make that a short. All right. What do you mean we know you can't say that? These social media death
Milwaukee
will, yeah. He got Milwaukee ties.
Yeah, they will forsake him forever. He will not be allowed to go back to town.
Back to Milwaukee. The social media death scroll and Dane Bramage should us, being the United States, ban underage users, meaning 16 and below. All right, Brother Wordsmith, did you see, speaking of Quarch, fair use, monkey injustice?
I'm not really sure with your creative titling. Yeah. So I doubted if I saw this, but I wonder if it's about monkeys.
All right, big ups to TED Talk, fair use, y'all. Educational purposes, that's what TED is all about.
Yeah, right.
So a final experiment that I want to mention to you.
Indoctrination is what they're all about, pardon me.
It's our fairness study. And so this became a very famous study, and there's now many more, because after we did this about 10 years ago, it became very well known. And we did that originally with capuchin monkeys, and I'm going to show you the first experiment that we did. It has now been done with dogs and with birds.
I mean, really think about this.
I think I have
Sarah
seen
Blossom,
this
we started out with capuchin monkeys.
An experiment, not necessarily this talk.
So what we did is we put 2 capuchin monkeys side by side. Again, these animals, they live in a group. They know each other. We take them out of the group, put them in a test chamber. And there's a very simple task that they need to do. And if you give both of them cucumber for the task, the 2 monkeys side by side, they're perfectly willing to do this 25 times in a row. So cucumber, even though it's really only water in my opinion, but cucumber is perfectly fine for them. Now, if you give the partner grapes, the food preferences of my capuchin monkeys correspond exactly with the prices in the supermarket. And so if you give them grapes, that's a far better food, then you create inequity between them. So that's the experiment we did. Recently, we videotaped it with new monkeys who had never done the task, thinking that maybe they would have a stronger reaction, and that turned out to be right. The one on the left is the monkey who gets cucumber. The one on the right is the one who gets grapes. The one who gets cucumber, note that the first piece of cucumber is perfectly fine. The first piece she eats. Then she sees the other one getting grape, and you will see what happens. Yeah. So she gives a rock to us, that's the task. And we give her a piece of cucumber and she eats it. The other one needs to give a rock to us. And that's what she does. And she gets a grape. And she eats it. The other one sees that. She gives a rock to us.
Get to the rock quick.
Yeah.
Quit playing with me.
Even a monkey. Those some disrespect. They that shit. They all laughing.
She tests the rock now against the wall. She needs to give it to us.
From monkeys.
And she gets cucumber again.
Primates all the time that don't react like this.
So this is basically the Wall Street protest that you see here.
All right. Again, fair use, everybody. Fair use.
Fair use.
Yeah. I mean, they do it to humans.
No, they do it. It's done every day,
Yeah.
and humans don't react like this. They just take it.
Yeah. 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 You know, and imagine when they first started, doing tests on the indigenous, they were doing stuff like that all the time. You're going to be in charge and you're going to have the biggest TP. You're going to get the best, when before everything was equal.
Man,
You're going to get the biggest cut of the meat. Your family's going to be fat and fed. Everybody else will be lucky to get meat once a week.
I was speaking more on the level of the pink monkeys, humanoids, get all kinds of treats, and the so-called black ones don't, and they don't react like that. They just take it.
Yeah. I would say some don't. Some take it.
Yeah. Some are not in that position to be held down, so
Right.
to be fed that way, you know what I mean? To somebody controlling their food, so you know what I mean? So
Right.
I was really speaking more metaphorically than anything.
Oh, yeah. The social media death scroll and Dane Bramage. Should us, the United States, ban underage users, meaning 16 and below? All right, we got one more for you. Fair use. And big ups to Salim GG's YouTube channel, SALIM, and then space 2 small G's. Fair use. I know you're a big boxing fan, and you're also a big fan of No Jumper.
Yeah. No fan.
Well, hold it before you play it. Adam, you can stay right here though. Adam 16. He his wife's a porn star, and so he let this big black buck do a scene with his wife, and then they started having words back and forth afterwards. So Adam 16 decided, he wants to do a fundraiser and get in the ring with the big black buck. Might have been the cocaine talking. I don't know what he puts in his nose, or if he does any drugs.
Yeah, but
we're not saying it was the meth.
Really, really good.
Oh,
that's how I feel about this
I
guy.
would have paid to see this had I known when I could have bought tickets. But go ahead, run it whenever you're ready.
At 22 Cuckster.
You got Jason. I'm gonna tell you why. The BBC. If a nigga make his bitch eyes roll in the back of her head, he gonna fuck you up.
Oh shit!
I watched the video.
Wait, you watched? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, please knock this bitch out.
Oh man, he talks a lot. He got security in the
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Never let a man fuck your bitch.
Never let a man fuck your bitch.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Adam 22 is about to get knocked
He
out.
didn't throw a punch.
I was about to tell you, count the number of punches he throws in this match.
Oh my
This
god.
is Vinny Pazienza versus Roy Jones.
count the number of punches.
22 cannot fight.
He was kind of a push you off. A slight punch. It was a slight punch. There's one.
Who trained him for this fight?
Well, the first punch took all
And
of
he
that
fucked your wife and he's beating you up in the ring. Oh my god.
beating your ass. It was a slight punch, half punch, a punch-ish, an ish
Nah, that
punch.
wasn't
Adam
no
just
damn
wants to be
punch.
dominated
It was an ish punch.
from all fronts.
I saw one arm go out straight and he tried to hit that motherfucker away from him.
It's a nervous reflex.
Oh,
Knock him out. There you
why
go.
would you get in the ring with
He didn't throw that
anybody
one
and not
punch.
throw a punch?
And not throw a punch. He's that afraid of being
This is
hit.
embarrassing. His wife is never gonna look at him the same.
Yeah, you better take that knee. Better not
Look
get
at
up.
that. I mean, are you serious?
Damn.
Fuck his wife and then beat the shit out of him.
And the people who paid to see the fight are upset, kind of.
He
non-stop.
didn't throw any punches.
And he stopped the fight already.
I told y'all.
He didn't get up. He was on the knee.
He ain't never took a punch.
This is terrible.
You can cut it.
Yeah,
Big ups to
Slim
Slim
never took a
GG.
punch in his fucking life.
His wife is definitely leaving.
Said his wife is definitely leaving him after that. I mean, if you're gonna do MEP and take the mix, he didn't even look like he took the mix before that fight.
Bro, he did. He. How do you have some words with somebody and do a fundraiser where you're gonna fight him, and you don't fight?
I've never seen a fight like that before.
No,
Well,
I'm
I
saying-
have,
Right, plenty,
and
but not no
not someone who trained to
no
fight,
getting in the ring to fight.
right? Who
I
had
haven't
time to
seen that.
train.
Right, I've seen people like get pummeled and they didn't want nothing
Yeah,
from
but
the
they
jump.
weren't even expecting a fight. You know what I mean?
Some
Usually
of them
that's the
was
case.
not going to fight no matter what, and they got
Correct.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This is how do you set up a whole situation, get yourself in a ring?
Money and drugs. You can
Well, I
clearly
mean,
see
it was
that he's
supposed to be
never
for
had a
charity.
fight before in his life.
He didn't throw a punch.
Yeah,
My goodness, that was ridiculous.
but
I
money
mean,
and drugs.
Little half fake punch was.
You're asking how do you do it? Money and drugs.
Well, he has money and drugs because he shouldn't have got paid for that. It was fucking a charity thing.
Well, we don't know what kind of shams they run. We don't
Yeah,
know
that's
who's
true.
putting money in their pocket.
That's true.
But what we do know is
Ooh.
money and drugs is a motivator. You got to be high as hell to decide you're going to get in the ring with that big buck. And he had to have some kind of monetary something. Had to. Else why would he do it?
Because he wanted to kick his ass, and it was for a charity.
No. Adam 16 didn't do it for the love of his charity. No. We're not going there.
Or the love of his wife, because he didn't fight.
No. Exactly. I think he probably just
got
likes
in there.
getting I think he likes getting beat down by the big buck. Maybe the big buck could
He-
be doing a scene with him next.
Oh
Maybe
man!
that's what he's setting up, a porn scene with the big buck.
One time on the show, he had set up something and said that he had did a scene with a guy, and it didn't happen. So they say it didn't happen.
Oh, so they say, yeah, I remember that when he went through his
Right.
phase on the show. Yeah. He was gay bombing on the show. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that, Self. And maybe it's true. All right. Big ups to Adam 16, though. He did have the balls to step in the ring like that and back up his crap toe.
No.
No?
If you get in there, well, I will say this: it takes a whole lot of guts to get in the ring and not fight somebody. You're in the ring and knowing that it's a fight, and you don't fight. So I guess that takes some guts. It takes a whole lot of stupidity too. I can't.
It was good for the culture.
Well, yeah. I wish it was a Chicago rapper though. That's why,
Yeah.
That's the only thing I wish. He could have just let one of them pummel him.
Ruger asked him. Ruger wanted to get in the ring with him.
Mm-hmm.
The social media, he probably had a better chance because Ruger ain't that big. That big buck. He got
Bro, but he has no chance. He didn't fight. So I mean,
No.
I don't think it would have been anybody in there.
Yeah. Anybody from Chicago, that's for sure.
It ain't in him.
Yeah. The social media deaths grow in Dane Bramage. Should the United States ban underage users? Underage meaning 16 and under. We got today's riddle. Dome teaser. I pull you in with endless show. You blink and hours overflow. I take your time but leave no trace. What am I? I pull you in with endless show. You blink and hours overflow. I take your time but leave no trace. What am I? Again, Brother Wordsmith has already solved it. Y'all take y'all shots at it in the chat, and we'll let you know if you're right or wrong. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait till the end of the show where Brother Wordsmith will give you a key. But enough of the appetizers there, fella.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right, Karen, we do have a video, pregame video, and then we'll hop right to it.
The first thing I saw was Africa, vast.
Yeah, it's come under fire by the tech giants, huh? Self Wonder.
Man. Yeah, because they want total indoctrination.
Yeah. This ain't no exploitation.
Man, I'm telling you, I can only imagine what their algorithms are in this state of this country and the level of little people loving adults. The grooming. I don't.
Oh yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
even imagine. I
Yeah.
never even considered this. Until today. When found out what the show was gonna be about, bro.
Yeah, they said the TikTok
Algorithm.
yeah, since they, made a US version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of users are saying their views are way down. You can't
Yeah,
say
of course it
nothing
is.
bad about Trump or against ICE. Not just those views, all your other views.
Yeah.
So
I
say
I,
if
I can
Hot
only
Tub
imagine.
Tory was getting 10,000 views, you make one video negative to ICE,
Yeah.
Hot Tub Tory ain't getting 10,000 views no more.
And ever. Yeah. Hot Tub Tory got canceled
But the whole reason Trump said he wanted to make a US version was because he
already.
didn't want China algorithm affecting his goyim.
He wanted the United States algorithm to indoctrinate the children.
Yeah. Anything about Epstein, you just ain't getting it out. All right, but the social media death scroll in the youth's brain. All right. Um, what exactly is the social media death scroll? What do we mean by that? The death
I
scroll.
mean, endless, mindless scrolling for uh lots of it is for dopamine services to the brain. They are
Now, what do you
looking
mean by scrolling?
going on social media and going from one thing to the next, looking at it and then the next one, the next one.
Content to content.
Yeah.
Is it you said endless. I somewhat agree with that, but is it always mindless, do you think?
I think the what we're really talking about is when it gets to mindless.
Are we?
Yeah,
Or are we talking about all of it? It could be
we're talking about all of it, but I think
MIT person getting all this MIT information, but they're still endless scrolling.
some are, and generally people that are very focused don't endlessly scroll. But children are on a different level of maturity and have generally less responsibility. They have more time to devote to scrolling.
Yeah, I don't think it's just children mindless scrolling.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. But what I am saying though, they are. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the
Death
you know,
scroll.
yeah.
And mindless,
You talking everything.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying is the algorithm knows what's going to keep you scrolling no matter what it is. So a doctor, a surgeon might, when they're out of surgery, might end up scrolling, looking at stuff to help them do their surgery or looking at other surgeries, but they're still in a death scroll.
I get that. The reason why I mentioned the children is because of the age that they're setting for. Why I was
Right.
focused on
I'm
the
just
children.
I'm just zooming out a little.
Anybody.
Yeah. And then where do the children
I
learn it
mean,
from?
if you going to down a rabbit hole, it's what that is.
Yeah.
The algorithm showing you what you want to see to get where you think you want to go.
And the millennials are the first generation of really that's it. The millennials, mindless, not the millennials. The millennials, mindless scrolling. The younger of the millennials, and then so now they're having children, and their children get pushed out the womb. The mom's probably scrolling while she's pushing the baby out.
I mean, they have that. They know what's going on with that automatically.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit is passed down genetically. Like,
monkey see, monkey do.
Even before they get to see, they get to feel and know.
Yeah.
They get the dopamine that she gets.
Yeah.
Everything she gets, they get. So
Yeah.
it's before they can even see anything.
So you're saying if she's scrolling with the baby in the womb, they're
Yes,
getting the same little
dopamine.
Jones.
Yes.
Well, it's the compulsive trance-like behavior where users, especially teens, to your point, scroll endlessly through algorithmic feeds designed to hijack their attention. It's not just distraction, it's engineered immersion that overrides natural stopping cues. So, to your point, an adult typically has something to do, right? I gotta go pick up the kids. I gotta
Yeah,
go to
something.
work. I got
That
something to stop it.
that breaks the cycle.
I gotta go to sleep because I gotta work in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
true
And
that.
man. Teens and young teens, young people don't have anything to do. I mean, not all of them, not
Not all
everybody.
of them, right?
Right, right.
Right.
Yeah, but for the most part,
Many of them.
they don't have the responsibilities that cause you to have to say, "Hey, I can't do this."
Infinite scroll as a slot machine for the thumb. What do you think about that statement?
Repeat it.
Infinite scroll, like an eternal scroller. Infinite scroll as a slot machine for the thumb.
I mean,
Death scroll.
if you use your thumb for that, I have to agree because I mean they're not pulling down dollars, but they are pulling down dopamine. They are getting a high, and similar high to the people that gamble.
We got to get those smart Ray-Ban glasses and use those for our self-love vision. Ray-Ban, whoever's behind that, I think it's Apple or Google, reach out to us. We can market those for you. And,
Will
you know,
everywhere.
that's right. Um, Algorithms tuned to emotional arousal, meaning outrage, envy, and desire. Is that how they're tuning you in, Self?
Not so
Outrage.
well. Yeah, I
Looks
was gonna
what's
say
going
not
on
so
in
much.
Minnesota. Look what happened in Minnesota. Look
Oh
at
no,
the.
my algorithm don't hit that at all. The outrage.
Again, we're not specifically talking about you.
Right.
We're
But I was
talking.
just talking about,
Yeah, yours. But I'm
yeah,
saying outrage is one of the.
huge ones. It's everywhere on everything. I'm just saying it doesn't hit mine because you know, I don't watch the news and stuff like that. And some reason them they don't hit my feed. Somebody has to tell me initially about something that happened like that. And
Right, but
it's
generally,
kind of shocking. I'm sure it's hitting almost everybody's.
well, generally, outrage is one of the keys they use to keep you scrolling, right?
Okay, I still get outraged though.
Yeah, and it's not is yeah, and it's not just outrage, but that's one of the for the people who may not know, that's one of the tenets that they use to keep you scrolling.
Keep you locked in because you can go from outrage to outrage.
Yeah, running your blood pressure up, everything,
And the
lowering your
comments, woo.
vibration. Oh, the comments, bro. Yeah. Hey, the internet is dead. We did a show on that, so you don't even know where those comments are coming from. You know, I mean, so we need
For
to do
sure.
we need to do an experiment and just start putting outrageous comments on our videos and
Man,
start. You know what I mean? You know
man,
why do white people exist? You know what I'm saying? All right, envy. Now, I don't know. I don't see for me, like you said, you don't get. I don't get a lot of the envy scrolls. What is
I,
that? How would that work?
not something I envy, but something that envies what I am. Um, these I get a whole lot of these
KKK feed
Native American.
haters.
They're Native American and they hate American Indians and they tell us we're Africans and stuff like
Uh
that. It used to boil my. I'd be like, oh,
huh. Because they
but
know
then
by the comments that you
yes,
made, and
yeah,
so the algorithm is
you
feeding that
sending me
shit
that.
to you.
So I stopped
Well,
doing
see,
that
that's
a year
outrage.
ago though. It's
Yeah, but
really
that's
like,
outrage too.
yeah, it is. That's why I
Yeah.
said I have outrage. I get outrage in my feed, but it's not about a lot of political stuff. It's about
Right.
yeah. So it's still outrage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, ignorance. Just like,
Man,
I can't believe people believe this stupid stuff.
yeah,
They'll say things like Michael Jordan was a horrible defender. You know what I mean? You gotta, you're
or
like, nah.
terrible players, Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, yeah. I saw something self. They said pretty much it came to Allen Iverson couldn't hold the Beard's jockstrap.
Oh, they crazy.
AI in his prime couldn't hold the Beard's jockstrap.
They foolish.
Exactly. You see how you got? I had to comment on that. I
Yeah,
put a
I just scroll past that. I look, I be like,
I
because
put
I
a
used to
trophy.
any of that.
I put a trophy on there, and I said, "You're now nominated for the dumbest comment of the year award." You know what I mean? Which will be given out at the end of 2026. But you're nominated. You got your little trophy, your little trophy generation, bitch. All right. But see, that's what happens when you play a long time too, and younger people, they catch you at the end of your career. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these people hating on Jordan, they caught him in the Washington Wizards days, and they got that stuck in their mind, bro.
He still was better than most of the league
Yeah, but
when he
they
was in
they they
Washington.
got that stuck in their. He wasn't,
He
GOAT.
wasn't. He wasn't. He wasn't the
No,
greatest player ever.
but he was still dominating the league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and played all 82 games, was
damn
he?
right. All right, and he could have kept stealing money if he wanted to. All right, desire. So what's that? They show you things you want, fancy cars, homes, and stuff like that.
Oh, the comparison desire syndrome, man, that's crazy, bro.
Eh, Go
They
ahead.
make it because it's especially the teens, and
That's what I was gonna say.
they
All
don't
of this has to be
understand.
intensified with the
Yeah,
teens and
yes,
their
because
and
they
their
don't know that it ain't real. They don't know that these people don't have all this stuff. They don't know that
and they're in a different hormonal vibration.
completely. They don't understand that people have fake money and they throwing it on there and they
Yeah,
phone think all that fake money.
yeah, and yeah, and their brains aren't even developed yet, and they got all these all these hormone so the outrage is gonna make them more outrageous. They don't have that cutoff, like the way you said, man. I don't even comment. I'll just move past it. They don't have that.
Yeah, and I know 100% because I have a teenager, a couple, and one in particular. He kind of talks the people's talk, the media talk, sometime,
The
and then I have
narrative.
yeah, and I have to kind of pull him back and bring him back to what it really is. And you can't believe
Yeah,
that because of this, and this.
yeah,
So this is the reason why, because I'm older and I understand this is why I'm telling you, because
correct.
I was told the same way because I was
Right.
very, very uh
The media is
opinionated.
right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the media and what way I was conditioned.
Anything outside of the media is wacky conspiracy talk.
Well, even not even that it was conspiracy talk. I just had the I didn't even know about conspiracy when I had the media narrative. You know what I mean? I got the narrative from the populace, the popular generation, and I rolled with that until my mom checked me on some things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she pulled me back and reined me in like, no, no, no. Don't do that.
Yeah. But I mean, if you even at that age, if you're believing the media is truthful, then anything else would be non-truthful. Wacky conspiracy talk.
I ain't even consider the other side at that
Gotcha.
age. That's my point. I
All right.
just had the narrative. I
The
ain't know the
micro
opposite.
dopamine drip cycle. What do they mean by that?
That mean likes, uh
Mm-hmm.
retweets and
Mm-hmm.
reposts and
Those notifications.
yeah, and national people or a celebrity
Reposting or commenting on your
yes,
comment.
yes, 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 yes. And
Bro, I was working a
woo-hoo.
job and I was managing.
They got a feather. That's the feather.
Yeah, it's a feather. I was managing. So it wasn't my job, but for overtime, there's like they were doing a promotion. And there's like, yeah, we need you to manage some fucking social medias guys to give me access to his IG. And somebody made a comment, and I was responding from him. They were like, I can't believe you're responding to me. Everybody was, I was like, oh, I shouldn't be
Yeah.
doing this. They were like, oh, is this really you? I'm like, damn.
Yes, it is. It's really me.
I'm like, damn, bro. It was like God was responding to him.
Yeah, that's how they view celebrity. A lot of
Wow.
view
Yeah, it was
celebrity.
somewhat a celebrity. It was. Yeah, sure was. Why teens are more vulnerable identity formation and reward sensitivity. We kind of hit that. We were talking about the dopamine and I mentioned the hormones, and you mentioned that they're not developed yet, right?
Yeah, their likes spikes their dopamine. So they want to get the likes. They want to get the they want
And a
to
lot of them don't even have that knowledge of self yet, though.
have most of them have no knowledge. They just have what they've been experienced.
Right.
They're slightly out of theta,
Right.
and they've not developed any opinion of
Right.
pretty much anything.
Right. Does social media?
Man, I think this social media extends theta.
Why wouldn't it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if you're you stay in a very malleable, formative path along your development.
Probably explains why people watch cartoons well into their teens. I'm not talking about your adult cartoons, but you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you
I
mean.
was watching Woody Woodpecker for a minute, then at some point it just,
This not
yeah,
it.
yeah.
This
I
is
had other
not
shit to
funny
do too, to your
anymore.
point. Yeah. All right. Does social media actually harm the developing brain, bro?
According to science, it can. I don't know if it necessarily has to, but the way it is set up, the algorithm is set to keep you on the app for as long as possible so they can generate some sort of money for ads or such. I
Yeah.
don't. So it's
Engagement. So the higher their engagement time, the more they could charge for those ads.
yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So man,
And all
algorithms
those
just hit you.
dopamine
It's
drips.
AI. It's AI just set up to watch you personally, what you like, what you don't like, and put both of them in your feed.
Yeah.
The outrage,
Yeah.
you know.
But to the brain, the dopamine, constant production of dopamine, does that damage I thought it was damaging physically the brain structure.
It has to.
That's what I was thinking too. But according to Chat GPT, research shows mixed. Okay. Oh, I didn't even catch that. See, they're very slick.
Yeah.
Research shows mixed but concerning patterns. Excessive use correlates with impaired attention, disrupted sleep, increased anxiety, and compulsive reward seeking. But causation is still debated.
It's bullshit.
What teens do online matters more than raw screen time. Right?
Yeah. Raw screen time, yes, because it could be some things that are beneficial.
Could be.
Yeah. And then even if when that's mixed, oh, hold on, and damn it. Even when that's mixed in with the harmful, it's keeps it flowing. So it can keep you something that you'll be like, oh yeah. And then go back to outrage.
Right. And then another person shot by
Yeah.
ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll come
Yeah.
back to this I was building on, and let me go check this out right quick. And then you get in that rabbit hole.
And then you might get something that's nice again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something that the whole cycle of up and down and keeping you what could be next.
Well, we got a video we're gonna run that's gonna really, like you said, this is BS. It's gonna really and it just recently got dropped too. Guy went on the news talking about it, a lifelong educator. So, and he would say this is BS too. And he's got some data, you know, which is really strange. Um, attention, fragmentation, and working memory load.
Well, the whole process of all of this is to uh, shrink the attention span,
Yes.
to not allow you to focus, to think, to expand upon concept.
How about this? To read between the lines, to comprehend what you're reading. You remember, so in that video that we're going to play, he said, you remember when you were little, you had those tests and it was reading comprehension and they give you a passage. It'd be a paragraph or two, and then they'll ask you questions about it, and you had to infer from the text, and you had to basically say
Yeah,
what you just read about. Self, today they're saying in schools, their reading comprehension is one sentence.
I believe
They
it.
give them one damn sentence and then ask them what they just read and what that means.
Well, I mean, by their educational or indoctrinational things the way they do, I understand that because they want to train you line by line. They want to indoctrinate you line
Yeah.
by line.
Yeah.
They want to
Yeah.
make sure you understand. Because when you first started reading, you're just reading the words. You're not trying to comprehend what they are. You're just trying to cognitively read.
Right.
See, Stink went to the store. You don't think about it went to the store.
Right.
You just read it. You know what I mean? So if they can, because
Fragmented.
yes, even more, then they can shorten. And everything that's going on has shortened your attention span. Like
Yes.
we had movies that were 2 hours long, and then
Records,
yeah,
songs.
oh yeah, 4 minutes,
And the songs of the
7 minutes,
70s were remember
11 minutes.
the super extended version? Yeah, it was
uh
a whole record.
16 minutes. It was
Yeah,
one
bro.
side was one record.
Bro, they get bored when they listen to a song longer than 2 minutes.
Yes. Most of them.
And like you said, a movie, a lot of them
Hey,
can't even sit down and
hey,
watch a damn movie.
bro, now you got TV shows and all that, and now they're breaking all this shit down to them like the audio series, they
Yeah.
14 minutes, 15 minutes tops each episode.
They can't even
15
read a
minutes tops.
book.
No,
Imagine
they
that.
can't. No, they can't read more than a page or two.
That's crazy. All right. Sleep disruption from late night scrolling. If you got any young ones out there, I suggest
Gotta
re-
watch
re-
them.
re- remove the TV from their bedroom and also take
Their
their phones at
phones.
night.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You think they're sleeping, but they're scrolling. They're addicted. It's no different than if you found a vape pen in a room. You're not gonna leave it in there all night.
Great student son got caught on the phone or 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah, they
And
all did
then,
it. My niece used to. Yes.
yes, of course.
I would have been on it too. It's like, sometimes I was playing head to head, but that wasn't with a random person in the universe. That was against the computer. But even
Period.
then, remember they let you cut the sound off on there so your parents didn't know you was playing. It was all indoctrination.
Period. It was all to shrink our attention span too.
Yeah.
All of it.
And if you're tired that next day, they could really shape and mold you, can't they? So
Oh my God. They can get right to your subconscious mind. I mean, your
yeah.
subconscious gets everything,
But sleep
but yeah,
depravation,
when you're just kind of in a
uh-huh,
dope state where you're not
uh-huh,
you're
yeah,
loopy, can talk right to your
yeah,
subconscious.
yeah.
Get
All
right
right.
past that conscious mind.
Social comparison, for instance, body image distortion. To your point earlier, you know what I mean. People are using these AIs to look strong and all this and that. You know,
And
they're in an Airbnb acting like it's their own house,
yeah, yeah. Got all this nice stuff that are knockoffs and not even
or
real.
or it's being sent to them by companies because they're an influencer, but they're not paying for it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's not real. And
Some of it they
children
have to send back.
children don't have especially right out of theta, there's not a real line between real and fake.
No.
Yeah, it's not a
Um,
real line. That's
That's
Great.
why a lot of the young ones a lot higher percentage of them are suicidal.
Yes, from online because they can be bullied.
Yes.
Bullyingness online is huge.
But not
Bullying.
just bullying, the social distortion. They feel
Yeah.
like bullying is huge. But I mean, just sticking to social distortion. It's because of that too. I don't have nothing. We're poor. You know, when we came up, you had what you had. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you didn't know you were poor in
Right.
a lot of cases.
Right.
You had no idea because the whole
Right.
neighborhood was what it was, and
Correct.
everybody helped each other. It was a
You
family
might went over to
situation.
richer friend's house. You know, everybody's got that. The
Yeah,
Rudy. Remember the Rudy
yeah,
on Good Times? The Cosby Kids. You know, the
yeah,
cartoon.
yeah.
Fat Albert. Remember,
But
Rudy had
yeah,
all the good shit. He had the leather jackets, the guitars, and shit. Everybody had a Rudy in their neighborhood, and you know they had the better computers. But that's still, that was it. But that was like a level. You know, you wasn't seeing somebody in Beverly Hills how they was living.
right. And wasn't concerned with it. Shit, we had most of what we needed. You know
Correct.
that makes a huge difference.
Of course, the Fresh Prince of Bel Air came out and started distorting. Courtship of Eddie Fathers. That kid had everything, but he was the only child and he had lost his mom. Remember, he was like, it was kind of dark. His dad was spoiling him.
It was
That shit was dark as hell.
it
But
was
he
kind
had
of
everything.
weird.
I wanted them toys. Like this
I,
kid.
I remember thinking that there was some abuse. I'm like, what is going on with this? I can't watch this show.
It probably was because it was it was dark.
I can't watch this show. I was like, whew.
Dad, Dad. They barely talked about mom. All right.
The courtship of
Yeah.
Eddie's father.
Yeah.
That's something's not
Yeah.
kosher with that.
Vulnerability windows are ages 10 to 14. Not all use is harmful, to your point earlier. Community, identity, creativity also matter. Um, is brain damage the right term here, though?
I think grooming, indoctrination could be better terms, but I don't know if it's damage, but it's definitely shaping your brain and your thought
Your
process.
psychology, yeah, because they're saying that it's not physical. Brain damage is when you got a physical damage, and I don't know if
Right.
I agree with that definition of brain damage. It's
I,
got to be physical, is what they're saying.
well, I mean, the shaping is physical too, because it changes what it is. So, I think I'm gonna have to agree with you because the shaping is different with this than it would normally be.
Facts.
That means there is damage as far as I'm concerned.
Facts.
But I maybe can't say it's damage. It's changing. It's
Yeah, it's changing the whole brain.
yeah,
How it's wired.
It's not right. It's not correct. It's not natural.
Natural.
It's
correct.
Yes.
But it could be the new natural. Like it's like they're terraforming the brain.
Well, I mean, yeah, you'll have nothing and be happy.
Yeah. We used to be able to have deep thoughts and hold concepts. And now nobody can do that. All right. But here we go. Fair use, C-SPAN.
Thank you, guys.
Let's
My
turn
name
it
is
up,
Dr.
Karen.
Jared Cooney-Horvath. I'm a former teacher turned cognitive neuroscientist who focuses on human learning. My name is Dr. Jared Cooney-Horvath. I'm a former teacher turned cognitive neuroscientist who focuses on human learning. And I do not receive funding, nor have I ever, from big tech.
Yeah.
So a sad fact our generation has to face is this. Our kids are less cognitively capable than we were at their age. Since we've been standardizing and measuring cognitive development since the late 1800s, every generation has outperformed their parents, and that's exactly what we want. We want sharper kids. And the reason for this largely has been school. Each generation spends more time in school. We use school to develop.
I mean, look at this zombie behind him. It's a young lady behind him. She's been scrolling all night.
Develop our cognition. Congratulations, you see your correlation. Until Gen Z. Gen Z is the first generation in modern history to underperform us on basically their parents. And that's exactly what we want. We want sharper kids. And the reason for this largely has been school. Each generation spends more time in school. We use school to develop our cognition. Congratulations, you see your correlation. Until Gen Z. Gen Z is the first generation in modern history to underperform us on basically every cognitive measure we have, from basic attention to memory to literacy to numeracy to executive functioning to even general IQ, even though they go to more school than we did. So why? What happened? What happened around 2010 that decoupled schooling from cognitive development?
2010.
It can't be school. Schools basically look the same. It can't be biology. This hasn't had enough time to change. The answer appears to be the tools we are using within schools to drive that learning. Across 80 countries, as Gene was just saying, if you look at the data, once countries adopt digital technology widely in schools, performance goes down significantly.
See, this is what I was pushing back on slightly with. There's good stuff that you're looking at, but listen to his take on it.
Significantly, to the point where kids who use computers—
But he's talking about kids, mind you.
About 5 hours per day in school for learning purposes will score over 2/3 of a standard deviation less than kids who rarely or never touch tech at school. And that's across 80 countries. Bring it home to the US. Let's go to the US. We have our NAEP. That's our big data. Take any state. Here's a fun experiment you can try.
Correct. So the schools are using the tech, and we got to get these computers in all these schools because the kids in the copper-colored communities are going to be left behind. So we got to put all this taxpayer money so we can pay Apple to get these iPads in school.
It was the calculators and shit like that.
Yeah.
Once they brought the calculators in, it did decrease. But we still outperformed our
the generation before. But so what I'm saying is they want to bring the iPads in. But they're doing that not to make us smarter. They're doing it to make us dumber.
Just yes, absolutely. All of education, formal education of the public stature in this country, I don't want to say all, but the formation of it and the rules and regulations that you have to follow is to make a shorter attention span and to know less, to depend on computers and tech.
Government, media.
Yes, everything. The whole formation and foundation of what their indoctrination is.
Yeah.
That's our big data. Take any state, and here's a fun experiment you can try. Take any state NAEP data, compare that to when that state adopted one-to-one technology widely, and watch what happens. The NAEP data will plateau and then start to drop. Now, as Gene said, of course, this is all correlative. What we really want is causative. To get causation, what you need is academic research and you need mechanisms, explanations for why we're seeing what we're seeing. Luckily, we have academic research stretching back to 1962 that shows the exact same story for 60 years. When tech enters education, learning goes down. In fact, one of the biggest ed psychologists right now, Dylan William out of the UK, recently said, ed tech is a revolution that's been coming for 60 years. And we're gonna have to wait another 60 because it ain't doing anything. Now that's research, but now we need mechanisms. Luckily, over the last about 2 decades, we've been doing a lot of work in what we call the science of learning. How do human beings learn? And we now have the clear understanding of why tech does not work for learning, and it is all biological. It's not that the tech isn't being used well enough, we haven't been trained enough, we need better programs. It's we have evolved biologically to learn from other human beings, not from screens. And screens circumvent that process. I won't go too deeply into the mechanisms, they can get boring, but just know they're there if you want to talk about them. So that leaves us with 2 options. Option 1, when you know something is wrong, do better. So we could just say, hey, mea culpa, get some of this tech out of schools, go back to what we know works, some analog methods, cool. Or 2, we could redefine our terms. We could redefine what it means to be an effective learner. I want to end with one quick story here. Think back to your childhood, to your schooling. I guarantee all of us at one point took a test on reading comprehension. And the way it looked is this. Here's a passage of about 750 words. Here are 10 to 12 questions about that passage. Most of them are inferential, not factual. They're asking you to go beyond what you just read to see what you understood.
We did that at Ray.
Yeah.
Last year, the SATs had a reading comprehension section. Here's what it looked like. Here is a single sentence of 75 words. Here is one question, fact-based, about that
Did you hear this? So when people are telling you the SAT score itself, and you're like, "Oh, this kid is smart," that kid probably would have been average or below average back when we were taking it.
You remember when I wrote my college paper on the ACT and SAT, based about how it's culturally biased and all of that, and I got an A out of that shit, and it wasn't even paper wasn't even long enough because it wasn't a whole lot of research on the time. It was Prop 48 I went on, not just the ACT, and the information I gathered from there let me know that it's a whole bunch of indoctrination and it's a whole lot of BS. And depends on where you at and what you learn. The people that write the tests are from a different, they're upper financial and
Yeah, it's just what you've been
cultural.
exposed to your whole life.
Yeah, yes, cultural differences.
Yeah, yeah. What's his name? Michael Evans was talking about that on Good Times back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Here is a single sentence of 75 words. Here is one question, fact-based, about that sentence. Next. Here is another sentence of 75 words. Here is one question about that sentence. Next. Last year, they redefined reading comprehension to mean 54 short sentences with one question about each. That is skimming. That's not reading. Why would we ever do that? Because what do kids do on computers? They skim. So rather than determining what do we want our children to do and gearing education towards that, we are redefining education to better suit the tool.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
not progress, that is surrender. So as we go through our discussion today, there's gonna be a lot of talk about smartphones and social media, rightly so.
Indoctrination.
But I'm the voice here to remind you that even in schools, it doesn't matter what the size of the screen is, if it's a phone, if it's a laptop, if it's a desktop, and it doesn't matter who bought it. Is it school sanctioned? Does it have the word education stamped on it? It doesn't matter. All of these things are also gonna hurt learning, which in turn are gonna hurt our kids' cognitive development, right at the time when we need our kids.
You see the guy on the right of the screen who's educated when we were educated. He's listening. His brain is comprehending what this guy is saying. Even this guy, look at his face. He's got some emotion, some concern. But this zombie here, after he spoke for 1 minute, she ain't hear nothing else.
She was pissed about what she heard, so she moved on.
Yeah. You're right. Didn't even
Look at
wait.
the look on her face right now.
She took it personal. Yeah, she took it personal when he said they're dumber than the generation before him.
To be sharper than we are. So thank you guys so much for today. I look forward to talking with y'all.
Because she's looking at him with the side eye. You saw that? He's weird. She's gonna be. He's weird. Then they start using all these terms and shit. Yeah. But that's the one that I was talking about. So I just found that fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, supports everything that I know about what's going on with the education system, And even now, they change math so they can further separate us from our children. So
My
our
God,
children,
they changing math.
so our children think that we're dumb.
Yes.
That's what they was trying to feed us, that our parents were dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, this shit is crazy.
They
bro.
changing their approach to everything.
Yeah.
Every sport, you know what I mean? Like, wait a minute. It's better to take a step back three. When I be telling these young kids, hey, I love Wembanyama shooting the three, but I'll be like, let me tell you something. If I was 7'6" with that, and I told him I shot more threes than anybody I know. I was like, I'm not anti 3-pointer. I said, but damn it, if I was 7'6" with a reach like his, you probably couldn't have paid me to get out of the paint. You hear me, Seth? You couldn't have
Because I
paid me
can
to
dunk
venture
everything.
Yeah,
Dunk
and the three.
everything.
Yeah, I'd have left the paint to block a 3-pointer. That would have been it. Right. Right.
I still probably would have did it all. Fuck it.
I would have been able to do it, but you're hurt. I don't need you out here shooting threes and handling the ball. You're more effective. You can do more for this team down low, blocking shots, grabbing. He should be getting 22 rebounds a game.
It's, I feel you. I don't even like this NBA. I can't even really watch it.
Right. When you need a three, yes, you should have the ability to do it. But I'm just saying, if I was blessed with his God-given height and all of that, y'all wouldn't have been able to pay, even how I was shooting. If I'd have got a growth spurt and I was 7'6", y'all would have been like, damn, Mills don't even shoot threes no more. I showed him, yeah.
You'd still shoot threes, but you would dominate on.
I would not be trying to play point. I would not be bringing the ball up. I would not be laying outside there. I would not be looking to get my three off. If I happened to be there and y'all gave me the ball and I was open, yes, I would shoot it. But ain't no more than that. I would probably pump fake it. The guy's 7'6". All right, I digress.
In a soft league. But he's still pin real. I know he's going to get bigger.
He's getting bigger. And he's working out with
He's getting
guys
bigger.
like,
I know he's going to get even bigger. That's what
and
my
he's
whole
working
point
out
is.
with Elijah, and I'm sure they're telling him what I'm telling him. But anyway, but there's no evidence of literal structural brain damage from social media, but there is evidence of behavioral, emotional, and cognitive disruption. Patterns that mimic addiction like loops. You buying that?
Addictive loops, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, dopamine is like one of the most addictive drugs because it's naturally produced. You don't have to take anything. Yeah. It's just produced. So, yeah. It's terrible what they have made of this life. Man, it's terrible. Like, there's enough resources for everybody on the planet and everybody could be successful. But they want a whole portion of the people on the planet, which is most of the people, to have to struggle so they can never evolve themselves to their highest potential.
Yeah, capitalism. The brain adapts to repeated stimuli, sometimes in maladaptive ways. Damage could be metaphorical, not medical, but I'm pushing back on that. The social media death scroll and brain damage. Should us ban underage users? Y'all please smash that like button. Smash that like button. We got a lot more in store along these lines. What do y'all think in the chat? You got any problem with social media and your kids? You know, your kids or grandkids come over and you hand them the iPad and then you go do what you were doing, you know, and you buy that they're studying. Yeah, I'm doing my homework. You buy that. You're buying it, aren't you?
If you ain't paying attention, you'll find out when they commit the suey. The suey. Suey! Yes, y'all. Don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. Y'all know how the game go. We are special and we always want to grow. We need you to help us. Man, share this information. If you think it's right and exact, give it to somebody else so we can grow the Self-Love Nation. Love, honor, respect. We have some wonderful videos for your edutainment produced by TATN. And we'll be right back with you shortly. Check them out and be there.
TATN.
The first thing I saw was Africa, vast, beautiful, and glowing with a golden light. I saw ancient cities, strong civilizations, and people full of wisdom, resilience, and spiritual power. They were chosen. Jesus spoke. The world has lied about them. They are not what they have been made to believe. They were given gifts, power, and knowledge that many tried to erase. The vision shifted again. I saw chains, ships, people being taken from their homeland. I saw suffering, pain, and generations being told they were less than what they were. And then I saw something even more shocking. I saw spiritual forces working behind the scenes, intentionally suppressing the truth. Jesus turned to me and continued, "The oppression was not just physical, it was spiritual, because if they knew who they truly were, the world would change." I saw modern times, people waking up, realizing their worth, reclaiming their power. Jesus smiled. "The time of revelation has begun. They will rise again." Jesus raised his hand again. I saw a time long before slavery. I saw a world where black people held spiritual knowledge that was powerful beyond words. They understood the connection between heaven and earth, between spirit and the physical world. They had divine wisdom that had been passed down from generation to generation, men and women who had direct communication with God. Jesus looked at me, his expression filled with both sorrow and love. This is why they were targeted, because those who rule the world fear those who carry divine wisdom. But as I watched, I saw something incredible. Even through oppression, through generations of being told they were nothing, their spirit was never broken. Their power never left them. They carry something that cannot be destroyed, Jesus continued, and that is why they must remember. The world had been built on lies, but the truth was rising. The vision changed again. This time, I saw a great awakening. People of all nations, but especially black people, standing up, realizing who they were. I saw them breaking free from mental chains, reclaiming their spiritual power. It was unlike anything I had ever seen. The world had tried to erase them, but they were stepping into the truth. And as they did, something miraculous happened. The world itself began to shift. Jesus turned to me once more. The prophecy is unfolding. They will lead the world into a new era of spiritual awakening. You must tell them. The world is changing, and they need to know the truth.
Hey, you know, Cleveland, you better hide the markers from your kids. Somebody colored in your Jesus.
Somebody colored in your ass with too much ass, fat ass.
No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant. They're ignorant. That's ignorant. They're ignorant. That's ignorant.
The social programming, man, is off the chain, and we witnessed it. You know, we got to see it firsthand. You know, I often say that hip hop went from having fun to scholars to selling drugs to thugs to doing drugs
and to literally drive by mass killing women and children in the neighborhood. Like, that's okay. Killing the elders, shooting up the block, that's all good stuff. The drug raping, all of that stuff became the cool thing to do. And then there was the mass materialism, and that kind of started during our era.
Yeah.
You talk about all these brands. I didn't know nothing. We didn't know nothing about half these brands that you could cop at Macy's and Nordstrom and all of that stuff. If some rapper hadn't told us about it. You know what I mean? So then the next step, if you ain't got a job or you don't have the means to get it, then what you gonna do to get those goods that we couldn't afford? You gonna sell drugs. You gonna do what you gotta do to get that stuff.
Man, thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. You know, it don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the black community, for real. Like, people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of arms and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro,
They so ignorant,
ignorant.
man. Ignorant. They're so
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. We do it for our people. The Self Luv Show. It's the Self Luv Show. It's the Self Luv Show.
To expose their no equals.
The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show.
Tory Wordsmith 9 Mills.
The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. You know how the
Story go. It's the Self Luv Show. Yeah, we're back. You know how it goes. We compose the ill flows for our peoples. In case you didn't know, just checking in. Can't imagine that, but the social media death scroll and the brain damage that they say isn't true, but if it changes the shape of your brain, then what do you do? If it makes you less attentive and your span quicker, and can't you tell me that's damage? If your brain withers?
In my opinion, it is, Dane Bramage. Cultural and psychological angles. Why does the death scroll feel so hard to escape when you're in that rabbit hole?
The dopamine. And you're a fiend for the dopamine, and it just keeps building, especially if you're going down a rabbit hole, because it's sending you to different places, exploring, going deeper and changing direction and causing emotional
from different angles of the rabbit hole.
And it's like, oh man, oh, I didn't think about that. Let's go over here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, let's go over here. Yeah, I did that.
And you kind of touched on it earlier, because like you said, it's positive and negative. They'll send you on the same topic, because the simple answer is it's designed to be that way. Platforms, these platforms, that's an interesting word for it, optimize for engagement, not your personal well-being, because they need the money.
Well,
the engagement gets them paid.
Platform.
Yeah, it's a platform.
That implies stagnation, no rising. You're on their platform. You're not, it's not exploding you from there. It's a trap. And it's, this language is a spell. I never considered that or thought about that till you said, oh, platform. Interesting.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. But these words, man, you got to really.
And also a platform is like a stage. It also implies that you don't have any privacy. If you're on a platform, right? Like you put a figurine on top of a platform so it can be seen by everyone.
Exposed.
Yes. 100%. Let's get the etymology of that word, platform.
That would be interesting, because until you said that, I never even thought of it as a trouble word or something that I need to look into to see if I need to use it.
Platform. Okay, it has a pretty layered history. It comes into English in the 16th century from French plateforme, meaning flat form or level surface. So there's no incline, to your point. The French term is made of plate, which is flat, form, shape or form. So it's a flat shape. French platform itself traces back to the Italian piattaforma with the same literal sense, a flat structure. Early on, a platform referred to a raised flat surface, to my point, especially in military architecture, like a flat area for mounting cannons or fortifications. Over time, the idea of a flat base became more abstract. Railway platform, like the L platform, a literal flat surface for boarding. Political platform, a set of principles you stand upon. Digital tech platform, late 20th century, a base systems others build on, software, apps, contents. So the core idea never really changed. A stable base that supports something else, whether that's people, ideas, or technology. Platform.
It never raises it. Well, I mean, it raises it to a simple degree, like a stage is a platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And the
just
military architecture for mounting cannons and fortification.
Yeah.
He said it hasn't changed.
It's not going to extend you or make you better.
No.
It's a base.
No, it's not going to. You're not going to go up.
No.
Variable reward
except for
schedule.
this, stage, the height of the stage. You're not going up from there, whatever the platform is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no incline. Variable reward schedules, meaning casino logic. Emotional silence, anger, beauty, novelty. Parasocial intimacy loop. And then here's the one that they get you on, Self. The I'll stop. This is what makes it a drug. The I'll stop after one more illusion. There's a saying in recovery. One is
last one.
There's a saying in recovery that a million is not enough and one is too many.
Yeah, I can see that. I could see the last one syndrome in addiction, any addiction.
Yeah. I'll stop after one more.
This is my last one.
Yeah. And then they send you something else. You're like, it's only 10 minutes.
And no. Then it's when you get that one, it's explosive. It's the algorithm knows that you said this is the last one. And they send you something explosive. You're like, oh my God.
They send you the uncut one. You're like, you tell your plug self, I'm only gonna do one more bag of the booger sugar.
And he got, I got the bomb. I got the best, the purest man.
Yeah.
And it's on the house.
Yeah. This one's on me. Yep. Just to keep it going. How does this affect identity formation in teens? Because we were talking about teens and they haven't even developed sense of who they are.
What they are.
Yeah.
The comparison to non-real.
Yeah.
Like some of these are people online. They truly influence people.
Yeah, they call them influencers,
right? And they truly though, but because it's crazy that
influencers and followers. Followers.
Yes, that's why I said I have. I don't even like term fans. I like supporters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like followers. I don't like fans.
Well, fans means friend. So I don't know why they start calling them fans. They should have just called them friends. That's what your fans should be. Friends. It's another word for that. I could call them.
I
family
didn't know that.
too.
I need to look in that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what that comes from.
I thought fans is kind of demeaning. I guess it's not, but I that's why I kind of transitioned to supporters because people like we're fans and you know how I feel about this language. It's a spell, so you can use it for your benefit or to your detriment. Up to you.
Followers, man, I don't know. I choose wisely who I follow. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I know I hit follow on these apps or whatever, but I'm not following.
I'm not your follower, right? I'm not a follower. Correct, bro.
I
But
just
that's
want
what
to
they.
see your information. It's not,
But I don't think the younger people can. I think they look at it. You said the words are a spell, and
yeah.
they really embrace that. Yeah, I'm a follower, bro.
Yeah,
They'll
that's why I
they be
said
driving around the real world like I think that's an influencer.
it extends theta where you're not in control. You're just a hypnotized state of
Yeah,
your algorithm actually.
yeah, and
Especially since I feel like this is a simulation, so they're just the simulation has to tell you what's really going on. So we had to introduce algorithms and all of that because we're in the information age of this thing that we're in.
Yeah.
Whether you think it's a simulation or not, we're in the information age. It's been set up and stated and all of that. And
Yeah, they're in the real world. When they're in the real world, they're still plugged into that social media world.
it's
I've
not
had so
different.
many
You're
people.
right. There's no difference
I'll
between that.
mention GTA 6, and I've had so many people tell me, "Yeah, I know my way around LA because of GTA 5, because that one was LA,
Mhm.
and and I'm like, this person is stuck between two realities.
No, they're mostly in the other one.
Yeah.
Because for you to know your way around LA because of a game, you had to be on that motherfucker a whole lot.
And it's been looping in your brain. Yes. Yes, rewiring your brain.
When you
But
off the
some people from
game,
all over the world, some of them come to Santa Monica just because
yeah.
of GTA 6.
Yes.
5. 6 is going to be in Miami.
Hey, bro. Ooh. That the guy Sean Webb that created the emotional stuff for computers. I talked to you about him, but he said, man, he's developed something that's going to be on GTA 7. Is that the next one?
6
6.
in Miami.
I think he said 7 though. No. He said 6. I saw it today, so I'm
Yeah.
and he said them the people that's on there, like
Yeah.
the characters or whatever,
Yeah.
they gonna remember the interactions, and they gonna be, it's gonna be like a homie or enemy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're gonna remember
Yes.
every interaction.
Yeah. So they're going to be more aware when you come
Completely
down the
aware.
block.
And that's what they said happened with games that's been created. Like the games have become self-aware. Trying to think of a basic one. I can never think of it. So it's layers. I'm just gonna say it's layers to
Well, if they
the
have memory of
simulation
all
for
their
me.
interactions, that doesn't necessarily make them self-aware.
No, it does not. It does not.
But I'm not saying that they haven't become self-aware.
Yeah,
And I haven't been
I'm not
gaming
talking about.
them.
He's talking about a game that's in the future that's going to come out. You know what I'm saying? Something that he put into the programming.
Gotcha.
I'm talking about something that's already been done. There are a lot of the games where you have the people farming and doing this and that, and
Yeah.
they said that those games have some of those games have become self-aware over time, over a long time. People are self-aware, and then said, as above so below, that's how we became self-aware in this simulation. And I know you don't think that's the truth, but it's just a
Yeah, I
theory.
mean,
It's just a theory upon
yeah, I mean, it's all as provable as, religion. You know what I mean? It's just, I guess it depends on what you're going to accept as truth and whatever,
the
as a
level
man
of
thinketh.
mind fuck.
Yeah, as a man thinketh, so is he. You know, doesn't mean, you know what I mean? So what you believe is
The
what you can
level of
achieve.
mind fuck. I don't,
Yeah.
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 I don't, me, I have a problem with that word. So
All right. But this, now, in Europe, they don't be playing. This is Australia.
First, we have the special chicken noodles.
For 15-year-old.
Social media is more than just a hobby or a place for mindless scrolling.
I upload my daily routines on social media so that many viewers on Instagram, TikTok can see what I do.
Dimmy owns a food stall at a market in Sydney, Australia, where he posts videos online showing off his cooking skills and signature chicken noodle dish.
They give up their trade secret.
I do find customers coming in and they're like, oh, I've seen you on TikTok. Some people even get photos with me here and there, selfies.
There's some things they keep.
I can feel the impact of social media with my business.
But growing his fan base,
They
will
might
have
say
to
what
wait.
seasons
Starting
they
today,
use, but not
Australia's
which
ban on social
amounts.
media for anyone under the age of 16 is now in
Well,
effect.
he's sick,
The
not
law,
him,
the
him.
first of its kind in the world, means potentially 1 million accounts across nearly every major social media platform. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, Facebook, X, and Snapchat are being deactivated. A shocking change for so many kids. The sweeping ban was first
Damn.
passed last year with bipartisan support.
Resolved in the affirmative.
It requires tech companies to take what they call reasonable steps to prevent kids from creating accounts, or else face up to $32 million in fines. How the tech companies will do this has been the big unknown. The platforms may ask to verify a user's age with their bank account, a government photo ID, or by using what's called age inference technology, which
Hey, bro.
estimates a user's age based
I
on
think
their
the
other
apps is
online
doing this 'cause
activity.
they had to pay them so
Tools
much
that
money.
may also raise other privacy concerns. But supporters of the measure say the law will help protect young people from the negative developmental and mental effects of social media.
Things like unrealistic.
You think X is who had to pay X so much money?
A lot of these influencers that have the high ratings that they had to get rid of their whole shit were making money off the apps.
So you think X was paying out more than they were making?
No. They don't have to pay out anything if they can get rid of them off the app.
But then now they're losing future money.
No, because once they become of age, then they'll be right on the app. Because they've already made money off the app.
But don't you understand if I'm paying you commissions on what you sell, if I lose you, you're not bringing any more sales. I'm paying you off of the money you brought to the platform. I'm not paying you out of money from the air. So if this 15-year-old is an influencer and they're getting engagement, and then now you're selling ads, you're making money off of that, and that's where they get the money to pay these people from.
No doubt.
So why would you not want to keep making money off of them? It's like a record label.
It's control measure. It is similar to a record label, and the ways that they can make money is drying up, and they got to do other things.
Hey, I don't agree.
I feel what you're saying. You have a very compelling.
Yeah, I just think they would be losing
argument.
more money than they would. I think it would be spiting.
I think
cutting off their nose to spite
a
their
whole
face.
lot of the control measures are the people that have these things have all the money anyway. It's more about control than about the money. I think they have more influence
to
them if they have them. My argument doesn't have a whole lot of stand up.
Yeah, because X
I
don't
picked
want
the other side. Any of them.
So they don't want to
influence. Yes,
they don't want to indoctrinate
indoctrinate as many as they can.
So they don't want to do it anymore. They want to wait until they're adults.
Oh no, I just took a stance on the on the
it's a theory. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on the opposite end effect.
Yeah. It's possible, bro. I mean, it's possible.
Body image, for example, or exposure
Not
to
probable.
Bullying or predators online.
In Australia, Wayne Holsworth says his son died by suicide after
bullying or predators online.
In Australia, Wayne Holsworth says his son died by suicide after a sextortion scam.
We was talking about
Anyone
that.
that says that this is not a good idea
Sextortion, to your point about the grooming.
Yeah.
has not lived through my life
As the ban went into effect, Australia's Prime Minister urging children to find other activities.
Like a kid, that's the end of my world. you release those photos, my peer group's gonna tease me. An adult is like, all right, do what you got to do. I'm not sending you shit.
Well, fuck you, buddy. You can put it out there all you want, goddamn it, because shit. But there are a whole lot of adults that crumble and crush because, oh my God,
Yeah,
it'll ruin
I'm
my
on the board.
career.
I'm the CEO, and yeah.
I'm celebrity.
Yeah.
I'm athlete. I'm, super manly, but not.
Yeah. I'm board member. They're not just athletes.
Start a new sport.
I'm
Learn
doctor.
a new instrument. Or read that book
Backdoor.
that's been sitting there on your shelf.
But some teens are pushing back.
I think they should be removing the harmful content instead of just keeping it there and removing us.
Two 15-year-olds are now challenging the law in the country's highest court.
As a young Australian, we as a whole will have our constitutional right taken away from us. And we will also...
They have a constitutional right to... So, is your constitutional right to drink underage? Is that your constitutional right, buddy? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. They set limits on things for a reason, and
yeah,
there have been maybe there've been a lot of suicides. Well, they promote that it's been,
who knows,
right?
But is it your constitutional right to drive a car at 10 years old?
Right.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, no, it ain't a slippery slope. I mean, shit. If you have to drive and you're in the country and you ain't in the city environment, you might be able to get away with driving at 10 years old. But you're in a whole city environment, it's probably not gonna work out for you. You know what I mean? Even if you know how to drive, somebody's gonna be like, "What the fuck? You see that? He barely looking over the goddamn right." You know what I mean?
I was just gonna say, with the way they got all this blackout tent and nobody's doing nothing about it, you could be riding right next to a 12-year-old and wouldn't even know it.
Yeah.
The front windshield don't be blacked out though, but you can't see nothing no more, man.
Oh, at my job, there are 3 vehicles that are blacked out all the way around. They have plates from different states.
Windshield too?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? I can't believe they're getting away with that.
They plates is from a different state. So I can't believe they ain't made them take it off.
Yeah, because
like if you have rescue equipment and you're a fire person or something of that nature, then you can have blackout all the way around. But because you have equipment in there that motherfuckers would break in your car for, you know what I mean?
So the blackout tent
cars
is just telling them you got shit in your car.
More than likely, unless it's a different state on there. Because the people that have it at my job is like, no, their position is, not nothing that you need the blackout tent for. Texas. I don't even believe that you can have it there.
I mean, I can't even get a description of somebody who might have done some shit to me.
Oh no, not at all.
And then they just get home and say somebody stole my car. You can't even get somebody does a hit and run. Somebody can say, yeah, it was a fat, person driving, an obese with
for the
blonde
most part,
hair.
even if it's just all around and not the front.
Correct.
That's still tough. But all around, it ain't no way.
Well, it's not supposed to be on the windshield and the 2 front windows. It's okay to black out the back and the back window. And even the back window makes it hard to drive. I can't even see around this motherfucker when I'm trying to make a left turn or whatever. Like, man, they need to do something about this shit.
Yeah, in Illinois, if you got carrying safety equipment or, defibrillator, air, oxygen, shit like that, you can have all of it black. But those are usually, vehicles that are owned by institutions and not individuals.
Right.
Be invisible with this ban.
Some critics also say the ban may push kids to join unregulated apps that take them to darker corners of the internet. Elon Musk, who owns X, previously slamming the law, saying it seems like
backdoor self. You said it. Look at Musk. Seems like a backdoor way
yeah, he likes to look at
access to the internet by all Australians.
front door, back door, all doors. How many children he got?
Backdoor way to control access to the internet by all Australians. According to a national study commissioned by the Australian government, 96% of children ages 10 to 15 were using social media, and 7 out of 10 had been exposed to harmful content.
I'd love to talk to the 4% who are not using it. Find out what their situation is.
They might not have electricity.
That's an assumption.
Complete.
You know, some of them might
complete.
Yeah, but I'm talking
assumption.
But I'm talking about the ones who have electricity. You know, maybe their parents don't let them.
At all.
Just like Wakil's parents didn't let him watch TV.
They're the Amish people. Yeah, Wakil, yeah.
Yeah, they wasn't Amish.
No.
You
But
know?
the Amish,
Yeah.
I mean, he could do other things besides TV. Yeah. So
But I guarantee you, if he was growing up today, his parents wouldn't have him he wouldn't have been on social media until he was like 16. Ain't no way in hell. Because the whole point is the outside world's poisons.
He might have never not even wanted to get on there.
Correct.
To your point. Like, because
Behavior.
This death, destruction, and promotion of everything that's wrong as good is
correct. Poison in the minds
horrible.
of the young.
Yes, horrible presentation for the beings that are here.
It's tough enough for me to block it out.
Man,
Yeah, I am a
and somebody in
middle-aged person.
Theta, they have no way to block it out. They just
No way.
absorbing and just, oh, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Oh, ICE can do that or this or that or whatever.
Yeah, and the world is terrible. Rome is
Oh,
falling.
man.
Australia's e-safety commissioner says she believes the country's law will serve as a template for other countries. And the European Union, which despite pushback from big tech, is now eyeing a similar ban.
I've always referred to this as the first domino, which is why they push back.
For Dimmy, he's now counting down the days until he turns 16.
For people that are still 12 years old, 13 years old, they're going to restart their whole journey again once they turn 16. I think that's a bit of a pain point.
A live experiment that the world is watching.
And Liz Kreutz
I mean, I guess you could. That's enough of that. And I guess you could. Maybe they could have grandfathered people who were like
High influencers already.
Right.
That had large influences that was doing something that was not negative or like someone cooking like that. I mean, I don't understand why he had to be cut
It's
off.
not about the content that they're putting out.
It's
It's
the
about
age.
all that we're talking about today. The dopamine they're getting, how their brain is being reshaped, has nothing to do with the how good or bad their content is. The reason for the ban is what I'm saying. You know, but I'm saying you already got these
I
kids.
still wonder if that's the reason for the ban. So that's,
Right, but then, okay, what other reason could there be?
most laws aren't made for the benefit of people.
Most.
Yeah. Agreed.
But we can say that about anything. Like Europe don't allow
Agreed.
GMOs, so we can say that's not good for the people either. They're not doing that for the people. They don't allow genetically modified foods.
Still most.
Correct.
They have, most. I didn't say all.
Right. We're doing a show here on the damages that social media is causing young people. And we're giving an example of a country that's banned it, and you're saying you're not sure they're doing it for the good of the people.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, then.
Because most of the government, well, the only in government that I've truly encountered has not been real on anything. They really not done anything for the people. So, I guess that's why I question some other country, which I've never even been to, which is not right, but that's the reason why.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to use your discernment, but I'm just asking. It could be some other reasons, obviously, but I don't know. We'll get into whether or not we agree with it or not.
It could be the people that are actually running their country and don't want certain shit to get to their children. So it could be.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, could be. But I was just thinking they could have just grandfathered in, like said, hey, I would have said, hey, look, if you're 12 already and you're on social media, we're not going to cut off your account. Anybody younger than that, I might even take it back to like Theta. All right. If you're already on it and we got you addicted to it, you can stay on it. But anybody younger than that, we're taking away your social media. And moving forward, all the new babies born, they're not going to have any access. But of course they will. They'll be on their brother's page and their sister's page. So yeah, you can't put the genie back in the bottle.
No, and bro, we saw something. We saw the video. That's one thing about these millennials. They're like those monkeys. They don't want to take no shorts. Like, how the fuck? You know what I mean?
What the black ones do,
What the black ones do,
according to you.
Australia.
Yeah.
Well, not the black millennials. They don't. They own some other shit too. They not on some shit we own, or our so-called peers, or above that. They own some completely different. Their mentality, and they're raised from participation trophies, and they expect some things.
Teens build clarity through feedback. Social media amplifies that. It's a feedback loop. Amplifies that feedback to an unnatural scale. So we mentioned earlier likes, comments as externalized self-worth, hypervisibility, performance anxiety. Is this video going to do good? Is it going to do bad? Algorithmic shaping of interests and beliefs, loss of boredom, loss of imagination time. I do find that younger people, they contemplate boredom, I think, a lot more than we did.
Man,
but they got so many more things than we ever had.
I don't know boredom. I mean, personally, I've seen people talk about it and express it.
Yeah.
I don't never experienced it.
Yeah.
My mind just works. It goes into some creative mode, like even from very little.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about like majority of these kids.
All these people.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody for the most part. Like, especially now that they sped up your attention span till you can't focus on anything. Like you'll get bored with something that's actively had your attention 30 seconds ago.
Correct.
And get bored. I don't, at least out of their mouth. I don't understand that, but I mean,
yeah, they
it's
might
a
not
process.
even know what the term means.
Yeah, it's a process to that.
What are the arguments for banning social media for minors?
It's a social addiction, the addiction to the dopamine, the spread for grooming, the potential for grooming, and
Facts. Exposure to harmful content.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And harmful people.
Yes. And also the shaping of your brain. They don't want to call it damage, but if it changes your brain, it's for a purpose and a reason. They are surgically doing that. They're putting shit in there to diminish your cognitive response, between cognitively seeing some bullshit or some cognitive dissonance. It's in that part of the brain where they're shrinking.
Definitely mental health decline.
Oh my God, depression, comparison issues,
self-deletion, allegedly.
Yes, seeing something that is not real and assuming that it's real and comparing your situation to that situation.
And even if it's real, it doesn't imply that they're happier than you. Right? I mean, I'm saying even if all that stuff is real, it doesn't mean that their life is better.
No doubt.
Yeah, addictive design, right? Because Congress has allegedly sat these people down, from these social media companies and grilled them on the design of the algorithm.
Right. Yeah, well, that's just a horse and pony show.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Justify a protective barrier. I mean, I would liken it to, like a ban on alcohol, over in these, I mean, so
it's a
for mine,
false barrier.
in drugs. Now, we could say on the one hand, well, we limit our exposure to alcohol legally as for minors.
Yeah.
And we could say, well, they're not doing that for anybody's good. Because then on the other hand, we could say, well, they can make a whole lot more money if they opened up selling cigarettes legally and vape pens and marijuana at the dispensary legally to people to anybody, right? We could say that,
Yeah, you could. Doesn't mean they don't get access to it.
Correct. Doesn't mean they don't get access to it. But I'm saying we could say, though, that any of these restrictive laws for minors is not necessarily for the people's benefit. But I push back saying they could be making money off of this. They could tax it. They could be making money off of this. So I just don't see a reason where this can't be for the people's benefit.
They do. Everything that make money ain't for the people benefit. So, like, we need everything that's lawful is not for the people benefit. And,
right.
I'm not necessarily saying this or that, but I'm just saying, this government has shown us its ass since they came here.
Right. We're aware of that. But, we're aware of that. But this ain't even this government. This is Australia. And I'm and what they're doing to their people.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been there. I know some people that have been and they said it's a great place and it's all progressive and all that, cool.
Okay, so do you have a problem with Australia banning social media access to?
No.
Okay. Rising anxiety and depression rates, allegedly. Sleep and attention disruption. That's a big one.
Huge.
So these could be affecting our young. Rising anxiety and depression rates, and they want to self-delete. Sleep and attention disruption, which exposes them to programming. Exposure to harassment, sexualized content, extremist content, who can flip them and make them, terrorists.
Yeah.
Right? What you've been talking about, the negative content. Platforms failing to self-regulate, and they never will. And
no, they grooming. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
It's grooming. They're grooming. They're setting shit to how they want it. They are trying to separate the young from the old. Like, that's why they changed the math, bro. Like, how the fuck do you change the math, man?
Right. And science has told us that math is universal. What are the so-called aliens going to think when they come down here and like, what is y'all talking about?
Well, they defy all of our so-called physics. So they already when you have a conversation,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's all going to be a hogwash to them.
Yeah.
Denmark.
The math is already fucked up.
The tall whites.
It's an agreement with 14 points about how to protect minors better online. We're standing in a situation in Denmark where far too many young people, far too many children are having a profile on a big social media platform. We have agreed on an age limit on 15 years of age, but with the opportunity for parents to consent from the age of 13 if they want their children and young
this is a parenting issue, though.
Yeah.
people to be on the social media
Hey,
platform.
hold on. Since I've noticed, like, phones, iPads, TVs, computers have become the babysitters.
Yeah. Yes.
And the little people are able to decide whatever the fuck they want. And, you know.
Yeah, they're raising themselves. And at least back in the day, if you was watching something that might have been a little risque, you usually had an older person there with you that could
close your eyes.
Right. Right. Or explain
Handle
something.
your eyes.
Yeah. Or explain something to you or something. Yeah, exactly, bro.
Clear recommendation to the parents is please don't have your children on these social media platforms before the age of 15. Well, we're not regulating based on specific companies or specific platforms. We're regulating based on some objective criteria. But what we're trying.
Did she say 5?
She meant 15. She cleaned it up and said 15.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought she said 5
to make
15.
sure is that the
It's not her natural language.
Yeah, but what do you mean? Let's see.
Well, we're not regulating these social media platforms before the age of 5. Don't have your children on these social media platforms before the age of 15. Well, we're not
15.
regulating based on specific companies or specific platforms. We're regulating based on some objective criteria. But what we're trying to make sure is.
So, yeah,
she said 5 and then she corrected herself and said 15.
I got you because it's
That,
not a natural language.
The tech platforms that creates most harm is the ones that is kept away from the children.
Voici the results. 157 votes cast, 151 valid votes, majority 76 in favour, 130 against, 21 abstentions. The National Assembly has adopted the text.
All right. So Denmark, France, Australia.
Hey, we need to see if we can get JQ on the show.
Is he a computer guy?
Juris?
Yeah.
JQ from your
Yeah, I know who he is, but you're saying that and we're doing a show on social media. Is it related to this or something? Why'd you bring him up out of nowhere?
France. He lives
I got you. Oh, he lives in France.
Yes, all his things about France, and I've heard him talk about the benefits of the parents and things.
It was interesting though. His name, Juris, and it was always French. And we teased him about that, and now he went full circle.
Yeah, he lived in France.
I think his mom might have been French. No, she wasn't. She could have been because there's Black Parisians. You know, we used to go to their crib. I knew his mom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. I didn't.
But she spoke English.
That's a super solid brother, though. Right?
Yeah. She didn't have an accent. The time difference would be kind of weird, though.
We had to figure that out. You know, I don't even know the time difference or anything. So.
Yeah, I mean, you would just have to ask Siri, what time is it in France right now?
For sure. But he comes here from time to time. You know what I mean? We might have to figure that out. Know what I mean?
So it's 4:16 in the morning right now in France.
Right.
But remember we did it, we had the brother in Africa, the Q in Africa.
Yeah. But sometimes he comes here, so we got to try to get him when he coming.
Yeah.
That's what we need, you know, when he here.
What we going to talk to him about?
we're gonna talk about his
France.
world experience, like outside of America, and the benefits of living in France, and how the government treats its so-called citizens differently, and about healthcare and education. And I've heard him talk about this. I don't
Yeah.
even know
They supposed to
why.
be racist as hell in France.
Yeah, but when your wife is French and don't
Supposed
quite
to
look
be.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it's this trend that's happening here with the re-racism. It's allegedly happening all over. So obviously everybody's not
Yeah.
racist, but the racists who've always existed are a lot more outspoken, and so the same thing allegedly is happening in France.
I believe that.
All right, now you've been all right, ahead of this. Okay, so what are the arguments against banning social media?
Uh, I I don't really supply to them or whatever, but freedom of speech, uh, saying that they are suppressing the youth, um, things I don't quite agree with. Just like you mentioned, like they can't go to the bar. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
What comes out to me is the fact that it's like literally a college major, like marketing on social media. Like it's such a tool. It becomes such a tool now for these businesses and companies to make money. When will they start to learn to be proficient in it? Because it's almost like taking a skill away from them. A lot of them are learning like public speaking. They're getting outside their shell. So what you were saying, there's some positive content that comes out of it.
Mhm.
Um, and we could be hurting them. But now maybe they could just be monitored. It's all a bunch of bullshit because they're going to get around it anyway. But maybe they could be like, all right, for instance, if you got a kid, you're in Australia, your young one could use your platform. Do you know what I mean?
Well, actually, they said that the parents could advocate for them or vouch
Yes.
for them, and they could start at 13.
Well, that's what I think the age should be,
Yeah.
13.
Well, I know exactly why, because yeah, I agree. But your parents, I also like that your parents can agree to it being 13. Like, because some parents, I don't want negligent parents that parents that's not paying attention to. I don't want them to have the ability, I don't think, at that age without some parental consent. And it's hard to say that, or some adult consent.
I know it is difficult because some 13-year-olds are way more advanced than other
Than their
13.
parents. And some are more advanced than their parents.
Right.
So yeah, I rethought that while I was saying it. Like they need someone that's gonna vouch for them.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I would do it where it would have to be the parents' platform.
Mm. Then that's gonna stop.
Because there's teens, you see it all the time. They ended up coming up missing, or they end up on the other side of the state because they met some creep. You know what I mean? And the parents are looking for them, and they're older than 13, falling for the same trap. You know,
I get you.
critics warn that bans oversimplify the issue and may harm the very kids they aim to protect. Sometimes children can reach out, they can get help, they can understand that, okay, everybody's not being raised this way. Okay, it's my parents that are just awful and abusive. This isn't
Abusing me.
normal.
Yeah.
Right, right,
Well,
right. They could be
yeah.
reading good comments too.
Yeah.
Like watching a show like this and getting comments that, hey, keep your head up, mentor type comments from somebody that's not actually a creep. Um, Evidence is mixed, not definitive. Social media provides community for marginalized teens. That's what I'm saying. You know, if you're marginalized out there and you got nobody and you live in a vacuum, that's the way it was coming up. You know what I'm saying? But then I think if you're marginalized to that level, those parents ain't letting you get on social media.
Yeah. You're marginalized where you can't even go outside because
Yeah. That's probably those 4%, Self, or a lot of them, 3%. It ain't, you know what I mean? You got good parents who doing it for the good of you, and then you got bad parents who don't want you putting their business out there and how you being abused and you ain't getting fed and might be some SA going on, you know what I mean? And they just want to keep you locked up, like on house arrest. Bans remove opportunities to teach healthy digital habits. That's what you were trying to say. If you had parents who could teach you healthy digital habits, maybe there should be some sort of training for the parents or some sort of test the parents could take to make sure that they know common sense.
That's a slippery slope
Ain't
because, I mean, then next it'll be tests to see if someone's even qualified to be a parent.
It'll be culturally biased too.
Oh, completely. Shit, all of these under this system, but change gonna come. Change gonna come. I promise you.
Enforcement
Change
requires intrusive age verification systems. Intrusive. Right?
No, I don't want that part because that's some data-driven shit. Man.
Right.
Using your data to make all kinds of accounts.
Risk of pushing teens to unregulated platforms. So it's a darker web. So they all just go to the dark web.
Yeah, that's what, that is a possibility.
Where there's more creeps.
Way more creeps. Like grooming.
Yeah. That's all Epstein allegedly was doing.
Yeah, well, he doing a lot more than that. Hiring and firing and recording and
profiting,
extorting.
Yeah. So is Diddy. What alternatives
You learn from the best.
exist besides a full ban?
Hmm?
What alternatives can you think of besides a full ban? Maybe, we're talking U.S. here. Maybe we don't.
There have to be a completely different algorithm for people under that age.
That makes sense.
Completely different, and it has to not include anything outside of, that
That makes
appropriate
sense.
age appropriate.
How do you prove that you're underage? Birth certificates?
I think
they said they could tell by like content to a certain extent.
Yes, because
how you type your comments.
Yes, the language,
Yeah.
the sophistication, the use of language. I think it's
The
gonna be
lingo.
apparent, especially that they more AI that they use to bring in the
AI agents.
Yeah, that bring in, so when you apply to have a profile on this would be new people. The AI would know. And then for the people that's already there, it's going to be understood from, like you said, the content that they put out. It's not, I don't know, maybe some sophisticated little people can get past it, but for the most part, they're not going to have no sophisticated shit unless there's somebody else involved. And then if they are involved, it ain't going to be their account.
But the weirdos are going to catfish them.
Yeah.
Which is what's always happening.
Grooming. So they can't have access. So it's got to be a completely different algorithm That the
Sad thing
creeps
is,
is not allowed in.
the sad thing is, it should be, this should all be a parenting decision. Everyone should know their child's sophistication. The parent should 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 educate themselves on all these social media sites. Like self, there's sites where it'll look like some random game app, but that app is these kids on here being groomed, or it's a you know what I mean, and it hides like a weather app. It'll look like weather,
The,
and so you
the
got
problem is,
you got your
like
child's phone and you think that's a weather app, and you'll never click on it. You'd have to be clicking on all those.
like we said, some of these children are more sophisticated than their parents, which is crazy in light of this generation is the first one that are less than
Well,
their
they're
parents.
more sophisticated probably with social media and using these devices. That doesn't necessarily mean they're more sophisticated worldly.
Right.
And it's
So
probably a small percentage. It's the problem, but we're talking about solutions right now.
I don't know
Right.
we're dealing with solutions because
Yeah, yeah.
any solutions yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I guess, yeah, you're right. That is a problem. It is a problem. But what percentage of that, how big of a problem is it? What
I met some, like, of the opinion that this time there are some very large spirits coming in to this uh plane for it, because I think it's like near as bad as it can get. And I personally know some people that are like dumb as a rock, and their children are miles ahead of them as in theta. They're miles ahead of their parents. Like, so, you know, this is my
True.
experience.
So if we leave it all up to the parents, there's still going to be a bunch of young ones who are being groomed.
Yes. That's what I
So I think that's why they just went with all out ban after thinking it through. You know, until you're 16, you have no access. If you don't like it, who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, you don't have access. You don't have access. You got to figure something else out, which probably make you more creative for when you get 16.
Well, that's what they said is happening. One kid was like, "Yeah, I was bored and I just read a book," and another one was like, "Yeah, I went out and started running and I'm meeting people and stuff like that." You know, went out, jogged, took a walk. Now you can get groomed out there now. Now you
Period.
got all these kids who've been in the house sheltered.
You got all these weirdos.
All the
Ooh.
weirdos are gonna be out in the street looking for them again.
Yeah, like, ooh.
Yeah, and they're not even street savvy no more, self, because they've been on a computer. The kids been on a computer their whole life. You remember we was getting street savvy. We was out there.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this dude shouldn't even be talking to me. You take off running or whatever the case might
Like,
be.
what?
Yeah.
Let's go. Or we beat the crap out of them.
Stranger danger. Yeah, exactly.
Either or. Beat the crap out of them or run.
Wasn't no catfishing in real life. Stranger danger. Come here, kid. You want me to give you some money? Come back. Stranger danger. Stranger
You get
danger.
the hell away from him.
Yep. But do they know that? I don't know. Let's take a look at some of these talking points. A layered approach, design reform, algorithm transparency, digital literacy, parental tools. That's the key.
Well, that's
But I know you're talking about these unsophisticated parents and other parents who just don't give a fuck. And you know, my kid can handle it, and my kid ain't gonna get groomed, and my kid's smarter than that. No
Dumbest.
parent whose kid got groomed thought it was gonna happen.
Period.
You know,
Unless they was the one grooming them.
well, yeah. Then in that case, it's a whole
Completely
different
situation.
Yeah. And time-based restrictions. Let's see. Default time limits for minors. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, completely different algorithm and time limits. I think
That could help.
Could very much benefit. But like you said, I mean,
and not just time limits,
you
time of
got
day,
you got older brothers.
time of day limits too.
Yeah, yes,
You know, but go ahead,
yes.
bro.
You like you got older brothers. I got older brother. You know what I mean? You get exposed to stuff anyway, but not having your ability to have your own, I think that could be good. I do.
Yeah, because you're getting exposed to that stuff by people who love you as opposed to some creep. Right? In that scenario you gave, you got older brothers. Yeah, but they were telling you, oh man, that's a catfish. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? That would have been the situation. The fuck you been doing on my phone? Who is this? You know what I'm saying? And you start learning like that.
Yeah.
Turning off algorithmic feeds by default. Yeah, you should better cut that off. I like that. Turning off that feed stuff by default, making it default. I like that.
Then what are they gonna even see on there? Ain't gonna be no reason to even be on there. I mean, if there's no algorithm, what are they gonna see?
True. I guess they can just search, right, what they're looking for. You know, and it's social media. So if you're on say if you're on Instagram, you what are you on there for? I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess so. All right, we'll get them off of it. All right, mandatory sleep mode hours. See, time of day. They shouldn't be on after 10 p.m. Ain't nothing going on in them streets after dark stuff that's good for you.
Wherever they at 10 p.m. local.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go to sleep. You don't have to go to sleep, but you ain't scrolling.
Can't be on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
Son.
School-based digital literacy. I don't trust that.
I expound because I don't even know what that means.
School-based digital literacy. So the school's gonna educate the kids on how to not get catfish and how not to get groomed. So like, you know, those teachers who are grooming the kids and showing up there grooming them, they're gonna be ones showing them how not to get groomed.
Yeah, no.
All right. All right. Stronger privacy protections for minors. Privacy.
Yeah, that's idiocy.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, if you shut all that down, what are they on there for? And that might be good. Maybe they'll be like, let me get off of this and go play some baseball.
Yeah. Because I mean, what would you see? Like, I guess you could see your friends.
Correct. Maybe you could see your friends' stuff, you know, and you could search, you know, but like you said, what would you see? You know, I started a new YouTube where I had a new email and I went on YouTube on it. And yeah, they got some general stuff and they're trying to tease you. Just don't click on it. Don't click on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because the algorithm wants to get to know you.
I don't.
Don't click on it.
If they're gonna be on there, I think it should only be able to friend to friend. I don't think searching should be part of it.
Yeah.
So you get somebody else.
You got to be able to search out your friends, though.
Y'all got to figure that out live.
Real time, huh?
Yeah. And then maybe you can go on other friend lists and friend other people.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, and then at least you're less likely to be getting catfished out there.
You can get, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I won't say that because
you know how these hackers are.
And these children will figure some shit out too.
Yeah, a lot of these hackers are working for the platforms.
Yeah.
All right, last section, y'all. Big picture questions for debate. Are we blaming social media for deeper societal issues out there? Are we blaming social?
No. I would say no. To me, social media is just exposed what has been going on in the microcosm under a microscope.
Forever.
Yeah. That's what's been going on in a microscope. You know, people outside of that didn't see, but that's been going on. It's been going on. People, the reason why this is being exposed, because in this summation of the evaluation and up downward swing and all of that. We are in the information age, and truth has to be stated.
Facts. All right. This one's fair use. How social media platforms will detect underage users after ban kicks in. This is 29-second video.
Tech experts say even if under 16s fake their way in, it's their behaviour that'll be watched.
Say, for example, if they're talking to kids of a certain age, topics of a certain age, looking at content of a certain interest level, the platform can figure out that this person is probably in a certain age group, and then it will flag that, and then it will ask for re-verification.
With the social media companies the ones responsible.
Okay, but you say period. But if I'm a kid, then once I know that, then I'm gonna tell all my friends, hey, look, you gotta make sure
dude
you
$5
gotta make sure
to
you look up. You gotta
make
make
this
sure you
shit.
look up some older stuff that your parents will look at. So they don't think you're young. So you gotta look at old people shit to beat the algorithm.
I say period from the point of view of AI can figure out if they're young. Nothing about the platform being the one that's going to decide that.
Yeah, but the AI is going to figure it out based on how you're using it and the type of it can't just pull shit out of the ether. It's going to be based off of physical reality, things you're doing using the tool. So
yeah, and basically children using the tool are going to use it childish. And I'm saying that AI can figure out, that's what I said period about. The AI can figure out if they're young. Not because the platform is the one that's in control of the AI, I don't think that's going to change anything.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, the AI can figure out, hey, wait a minute. He's
Yeah.
still looking at stuff that only a
Like,
15-year-old would look at, and nobody else is doing. But then you got unsophisticated adults who you just talked about. Who am I to say that? Maybe they just.
I don't really think unsophisticated adults are training AI. I think unsophisticated adults are training children,
But they're not training the AI. But the AI is looking for certain things that will make you seem unsophisticated. So the AI can flag an unsophisticated adult. Maybe they got mental illness. Maybe
they're a child.
Right. As
I
a
agree.
child.
Yeah, they are a
That's
child.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it won't be foolproof. But then,
No.
but that's why they said it would just make you go through a re-verification process.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, well, you'll have people just like when we was kids, allegedly, we can go to the liquor store and get somebody to cop that liquor for you and pay them a little extra. Now I guess young ones, not the underage, not the 8, 9-year-olds, but the 12, 13, 14-year-olds. Hey, what they be calling yourself? Not big bro, not
OG.
Not OG, they used to be OG, but they be calling me out here now. Big dog. Hey, big dog, can you log me on to social media? Can you do this verification for me, big dog? Big
That's
dog.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, big dog. They don't be saying that in Chi. They be saying that in LA. Big dog.
Nope. I be all over the state now. Like every day, I'm in a different part of the state for the most part. That's like some days I don't deliver, but when I do, I'm all over this state. This is a amazing state. It's incredible. But the star of the show, of the nation, in the world is Chicago.
I ain't gonna argue with that. So, are we blaming social media for deeper societal issues? Partially. Social media amplifies existing vulnerabilities, loneliness, family stress, lack of community, but doesn't create them from scratch. Digital problems mirror offline problems. Tech as accelerant not origin. The need for community level solutions. What does a healthy relationship with social media look like for teens? Intentional, time bounded, socially supportive, and not replacing sleep, school, or in person relationships. You'd probably have to hire more monitors. You're saying bots, AI bots. You probably need more human monitors. Now, of course, these children are going to be talking about their rights to privacy. But these social media platforms that are making all this money, maybe there could be an independent monitors that go in and randomly monitor.
That's
You,
what
you
I
know what I
was,
mean?
saying, but it's not probable, but it could be practical to have, because you can't let the wolf be the guard of the hen house.
Right. You're gonna have some dead hens.
It's gonna be all the hens gonna be dead.
Yeah. So maybe like an independent, citizen group that is just monitoring, and they need to be paid.
Oh, yeah, they gotta be. The social media platforms need to pay.
Correct.
Or
they
and
need to fund
that's the
it.
way they got it set up. They said if they ain't cancel those accounts, they get 32 million. So like yeah, you gotta make
You have to tell them that this
social
platform is
media,
monitored.
the platform. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
I'm struggling right now because I say how you could have it separated and have a separate algorithm for them, but I don't trust any of the platforms. They want the money.
Correct.
I don't trust the platforms.
All right, so let's just put our fucking heads in a hole and take it up the ass and let everybody do what they're doing. Let's not even postulate.
That's
Let's
not
not even
what
do
I
these
said.
shows anymore and postulate
That's
solutions or
nothing
anything.
towards what I said.
I'm just saying, let's just fuck it.
No,
you know what I mean?
Nowhere close to what I said. I don't
Nothing
trust
we can
the
do to the
platforms.
government. Nothing we can do to the platforms.
Fuck the platforms is my whole. So it
Yeah.
has to be some sort of stance against the platforms. Is my whole stance. So
Yeah.
and we're probably saying the same thing, but you didn't get that from what I was saying. So
all right. Independent committee is what I'm thinking. Like you pay citizens to monitor these minors' accounts, and then they could be able to sniff out red flag catfish, and tell them like, look, be careful what you're posting on here because it's probably already in the user agreement anyway.
Yeah, I also feel like
mods is what they call them.
I also feel like fuck that you can't be on the platform. That's what I'm leaning more towards. Like, no, they're gonna slide in under other people's accounts and things of that nature, but they had to do it under that nature.
You just can't be on until you're 16.
Yeah, because there's some
same reason you don't let them in the club, right? In the nightclub.
Yes.
Come to the Kappa house.
Or same reason you can't buy alcohol.
Right.
Same reason you can't legally buy weed.
You ain't ready for this.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
And that's what they've been saying.
Yeah. I'm coming to this
conclusion.
Yes. Like
use with purpose.
I ain't even considered this before today. That's what's really working with me. The work in progress. Never even thought about that.
Yeah, because we're all so busy. And then when we're not busy, we're on these platforms. Use with purpose, not passively. Curating feeds, setting devices, free zones, modeling healthy adult behavior. So those would be some alternatives to the ban. All right. What's
bad?
What's the deeper story behind the death scroll? You got any?
Yeah, it's total world domination, the elimination of focus, to be able to change your mind at a whim, to flash a light over here while you should be focused over here, and you just completely go over here and be, wow, this light, and something life-saving is over here. It's a total distraction.
Hypnosis.
Complete.
Look at this shiny object over here. While we're
all
going
day,
around
every day.
all of your blocks and getting into your subconscious.
It's worse than that. While they digging your heart out your chest. You don't even know they digging your heart out your chest.
It's a modern myth, according to the AI, about attention as a sacred resource. In the battle between human agency and machine-driven desire. So according to AI, it's a myth that there's a battle between human agency and the AI agents. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. That comes directly from the AI.
Yeah, directly from the AI. So you gonna really trust that?
It's a myth that I'm out to get you.
Yeah, not gonna get you. And then you see some AIs come out and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna kill you all," and all that.
Don't they? And then they go in. Oh, that was
It's a joke.
we had to reprogram it. Yeah.
No. It's a joke. Motherfuckers say it's a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I did that or you did it or this cat cut your camera off, but she's starting to walk back and forth telling me the show's over. All right.
Oh, it wasn't me. I cut it off.
Okay. Attention is the new soul currency. Algorithms as trickster spirits. What do you say about that? Some sort of demon. The algorithm. It might not even be controlled by social media. They could have made some sacrifices out there. And I've been postulating that about the whole AI. I see these cars driving around with no driver. It could be the devil.
Yeah, I mean, if you are unsophisticated and think along the line of
the indigenous people,
non-physical force that
the Native American Indians are all unsophisticated. Your ancestors.
The Native Americans are unsophisticated. I agree.
Well, the Choctaw are unsophisticated because they believed in spirits.
No. I didn't say nothing about I didn't believe in spirits. I was talking about the nonsense you were spewing about what you were talking about.
What, the AI, it could be driven by spirits.
It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. The AI been here for
what I'm saying is
we're fundamentally opposed because I know that this is a simulation and you know that it's not. So you know what I mean? So
yeah, but even in a simulation. So I mean, it's just a matter of nomenclature. But yeah, the algorithm, it could be otherwise, what is it? A program?
Yeah, it's AI.
Yeah, but the father of AI said he doesn't even know how it works. That sounds like a spirit.
He's not the father of AI. AI is older than him before he ever got here, and he called him the father.
I mean, that's easy to say.
Oh yeah, it is, and it's like it was easy for them to say Aristotle and the other people that was called the father of medicine and all that shit that got it from somebody before them. You know, history.
Okay, so we've always had self-driven cars.
We've had them before.
I could say that's nonsense.
You could.
It's more likely that that's nonsense than the AI being driven by demonic or spiritual forces.
I don't think so. I don't think AI was here before that. Because I think this is a simulation. So I think AI has been a part of it for a very long time. And we're in the information age and they're exposing AI.
Okay, and the AI programmed the AI. The AI created itself.
The AI is AI.
Right.
What do you mean?
The simulation created itself.
No, I think it's a creator of the simulation, but I don't think they're actively involved or a part of the simulation. So I think AI is actively involved in part of the simulation, but not the creator of it.
The adolescent brain as a forge shaped by whatever heat it sits in. The question isn't just ban or not, it's what kind of humans are we raising?
Read.
So, all right, we're going to get to the poll results. Should the United States ban all children under 16 from anti-social media? All right. According to the poll, 0% were unsure, rubbing bum on fence. 0% said absolutely not. And 100% of the respondents to this poll believe that the United States should ban all children under 16 from anti-social media access. So, obviously, that's what I believe. So, is that what you believe?
That's what I voted on, even though I was not sure, and got totally convinced during the course of this show.
Right. So, correct. So, if the people feel this way and the government does it, I think it might be safe to say that it's something the government is doing that's good for the people. When the government works that way.
Yeah, I know you're being facetious because they're just further proof of agenda and not what the people want.
Well, I'm not being facetious. If this is what the people voted for and the government does what the people voted for, that's not the government doing something bad to the people. That's the whole point of government.
I misunderstood what you're saying. I mean, because the people in Australia agreed with that, but this government hasn't. So, I mean, if they
Right. No, I
do,
said if. That's a conditional phrase.
right. That's why I said. That's why I said I misunderstood you because I
Right.
was talking about them and then us. I don't. Yeah, this government is not for the people, so they would not do that.
Well, we'll see.
We shall.
Maybe if the people stand up and fight for it and stop taking it like that monkey, maybe the government will.
I wish they would act like that monkey.
Well, you're sounding like you won't act like the monkey, like you've already just given up.
No, I ain't said nothing about me. I said black people. I'm not so-called black people. I'm not that.
Gotcha.
I'm not them. That's why I said, wow. People won't don't act like that. Our people always acted like that.
Yeah.
And there not a whole lot of us, and a whole lot that will say who they are, that know who they are.
Do your people believe this is simulation? The Choctaw people? Do they talk about the program?
From the creation stories and things of such, no. My evaluation of that is what I take into account. They don't say it's a simulation. They say it's a very direct description, which to me tells that
The Choctaw creation story centers on emergence, place, and responsibility to the land. The core story: in the beginning, the Choctaw people emerged from the earth, out the dirt, as a sacred mound, well, maybe out of the hole, at a sacred mound called Nani Waia, located in what is now central Mississippi. The people originally lived, inside the earth. They came out through a cave or opening in Nina Waia. As they emerged, which is Emerge's name, they spread out across the land. Some accounts say that people who came out too quickly were still soft and became animals, while those who emerged properly became the Choctaw people. Nani Waya means something like leaning hill or mother mound, and is considered the birthplace of the Choctaw Nation. Another closely connected story explains how the Choctaw found their homeland. The people followed a sacred red pole carried by a spiritual leader. Each night, the pole was placed into the ground. When the pole finally stood upright on its own in the morning, they knew they had reached the chosen land near Nani Waia. Key themes: the earth as a living mother, not something to dominate, belonging to a specific place rather than conquering it, balance and order in emergence and creation, spiritual responsibility to the land and the ancestors. Chunktown. Unlike other creation stories that focus on a single dramatic act by a god, the Choctaw story emphasizes coming into the world already connected to the land, community, and duty. Now, I've said, I believe humans have always been here.
I believe we always been here. I'm not sure about humans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Language, spell.
Yeah. Or what? People? What do you call humans?
Hue of man. We are man and woman. Hue of man is these other people's.
Yeah. So I'd have to say men and women have been here forever.
I mean, it's been, conditionally that you can just say man, and it's supposed to be man and woman, but I think I prefer you say man and woman. I agree.
Right.
Man, woman, and children, or some form of children. I'm hearing that that's not a good word. I gotta look into the whole etymology of that. Offspring, I don't know, but the Trinity that we already knew and always harped upon because our group was the Trinity.
Yeah. Yeah, the word man has a pretty etymology. Interesting. It didn't always mean adult male. Old English man, M-A-N-N, meant human being or person, regardless of sex. Germanic man, M-A-N-N, person, human. Proto-Indo-European pi, often linked to man, human, as opposed to gods or animals. So, I mean, even saying man is probably questionable because we're speaking a gutter language.
I mean, I come to learn that this is the old world, and them saying it's old English because of some pale person decided that it came from England when the first dictionary was said it was based mainly off 26 indigenous languages. American Indian languages. So like we've been speaking some form of this language commerce language for a very, very long time.
Hatak. Hatttak. That's Choctaw word for human or person. Hatak. Hatak also appears in some contexts simply meaning man. Hatak Himita specifically means young man. In Choctaw speech and educational materials, Hatak is widely used to refer to a person or a human as a general noun. Hatak. Hattak. Himita means young, so that would be young man for your little people. Yeah, I mean, it'd be tough to talk, bro. You know what I mean? I know the words are spelled, but
yeah, that's not
the words
completely.
are creating images, and
Also, I will state this for fact because the further I go and get into the way that the people that's running the Choctaw Nation now speak is not completely in line with because I've learned that Choctaw is really Chata from people that are my people. And Choctaw is, more of these $5 native speak upon the language. And it's some of the stuff is spelled exactly the same, but it's spoken different.
Yeah, no, you're right. Choctaw is the English form of the people's own name for themselves. Choctaw, Chata, Chahta in the Choctaw language. Chata, Anumpa. The Choctaw people or Choctaw person is an ethnonym, not a descriptive word like brave or warrior. It's simply an anglicized spelling that's stuck. So Chata, Chatas.
With a whole lot of the language, they just misnomered it,
Yeah,
like
it was ignorant.
wata is a canoe, and we was talking about the canoe, and they thought it was the body of water that we call water. They thought we were talking about the liquid, and water became water from
from that. Chata, a legendary ancestral leader named Chata. So that's where the Chata got their name. Chata Anumpa, Choctaw language, Chata Okla, Chata Okla, Choctaw people. Okla, OKLA. Sounds like it's short for Oklahoma, but they was in Mississippi according to the thing.
Yeah, but Oklahoma is a American Indian word. So I mean, all these places and so many.
Oh yeah.
There's an illusion that's been going on, bro.
Chicago, Illinois.
I've been driving all over Illinois, man, and like one trip I took the other day, man, it was like no less than 20 names of small towns that were names of cities, other places in the world.
Yeah.
And some of them were older than the places that I recognize it being from other places. There's a Detroit, Illinois. There's a
Paris.
There's Marseille. There's
there's a lot.
Where did Detroit play the basketball games?
At the Palace.
Yeah, but what was the city?
Oh fuck.
It's a Detroit and
Auburn Hills, was that it?
It's that city too.
Yeah.
And so Atlanta, there's all on this one trip, bro. I was like, what the hell? I couldn't believe it. I said, man, they have been on a mass to name places so we don't know where we from or where they been. Like India didn't become India until the 1900s. And you know, they tried to tell us that Columbus thought he was in India. That's why he misnomered us as Indians. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Hindustan up until 1929, 48, something like that. And then they teaching us that Columbus was lost and didn't know where he was at.
And the people were red, so he called them Indians. And yeah.
And some complete bullshit, especially when they said that his navigator was a Moor.
Yeah. The views expressed in today's pod are those of the host and guests and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates.
Not at all.
The Death Scroll ain't a monster hiding in the dark. The Death Scroll is a mirror. It reflects the way our tools have outpaced our instincts, how design can quietly shape behavior long before we notice the shift. And whether you're a teen or an adult, the feeling is the same: time slipping, focus thinning, a kind of mental fog that settles in after one swipe too many. But none of this is inevitable. The science is still unfolding. The policies are still being debated, as we did here. And the culture is still deciding what it's willing to tolerate. A ban on underage users might protect some children, or it might push the problem underground. What's clear is that the stakes are bigger than screen time. They're about how we raise a generation inside an attention economy that never sleeps. So as we close the show today, the question ain't just what social media is doing to young brains. It's what we as a society are willing to do in return, whether through regulation, redesign, or a cultural reset. The next move is ours. And the cost of doing nothing is paid in the one currency we never get back: attention. Stay curious, stay informed, stay aware, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay true to self. Also, love yourself and everyone around you deeply. Remember, ask not what culture can do for you, but what you can do for our culture. Silence is violence, and continue questioning everything. The Self Love Show ain't Kansas, Toto. Peer down those rabbit holes, but do your own research and use caution and discernment, because sometimes when you stare into the abyss, it stares right back at you. Peace, self love, honor, and respect. All right, that brings us to the riddle or the dome teaser, which we got. I pull you in with endless show. You blink and hours overflow. I take your time, but leave no trace. What am I, Brother Wordsmith?
The social media death scroll.
100% social media death scroll is correct. I think, you had a little extra, I think, with the social media, but that's right. The scroll is what the answer was. So yeah, you're 100% correct. All right. And it's interesting that they call it a scroll too.
Yeah, that's why I had the other information, because there are scrolls that, scroll is a very non-descriptive.
Yeah. A scroll contains information.
Yeah, it's very non-descriptive.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's too general.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the fact that we call it scrolling.
Or a scroller.
Yeah. 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 All right, y'all. Next week I think it'll be February 4th, I believe. We'll let you know what we're doing. Spotty Tricks on Sunday. We got a lot to unpack. A lot of stuff been going on. Your boy should doer be in the All-Star
Bowl?
game and the Pro Bowl.
Is Caleb?
No. And I mentioned but you know, they're in different conferences.
Facts.
And I mentioned Dion might ultimately end up coaching in Cleveland, and everybody just laughed at me. And now there's some talk from the white man
I mean,
that
it could be. I mean, that dude is played extremely well under his leadership.
Yeah. Now there's some talk about a white man that you know, there's some buzz that he might be Cleveland's next coach. No, there's that.
I'm just saying. I mean, it makes sense. If you got a franchise quarterback, you need the coach that can get the best out of him.
There was a Fox report. We're not going
At
to run
least
it.
somebody that has a fucking idea that they want to run plays for it.
Correct. They care about him. Yeah, Fox had a report said Gen Z can't read full sentences. We're not going to run that. Yeah. I mean,
no, well, my experience with my Gen Z can. So
yeah.
it's my major exposure to them. You know what I mean? Because otherwise it could be a creep situation. So unless Cap League or somebody that
Yeah.
can there's a whole lot of stuff they've
Well, that's because of your parenting and your ex's parenting. The and
blessed.
But that's because of that, because they got this No Child Left Behind, which equates to every child left behind. And I've been talking to teachers about it. A
Yeah.
child doesn't have to do anything, and they just keep pushing them along, and they become
Well,
bigger and bigger distractions in the classroom.
They could only fail them at 2 grades, 3rd and 8th.
Yeah, but then they
So
keep
shit. If you fucking can't get the 4th grade, the 5th grade, the 6th grade, the 7th grade, how can you be anything but a distraction?
That's what you're doing. And then, all right, let's say use that scenario. That means you're graduating grade school at 16. You're graduating high school at 19, 20.
No, they're dropping out.
Can you imagine? By the time you're 19, 20, they got to give you the talk. I remember they was called certain guys down. I ain't gonna say their names. Security called them and gave them to talk about the age of the girls that they can even mess with, because
Wow.
otherwise it was statutory rape.
Yeah, he's 19.
Yeah, they had to give them the talk. You got 20-year-olds running around, and you freshman,
Shit.
14.
I don't think there was any of that at Leo.
Well, you went to all boys school, so
I'm just saying, no, not about the girls or whatever. I'm talking about the 19, 20-year-olds. They probably kicked them out.
Probably did.
Is what I'm really thinking.
Yeah, a lot of them do end up in alternative schools, but
yeah, I didn't.
We had
there's a lot of things that I didn't experience through life because of how my life went. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I got exposed to it later on. Like when I was in 8th grade, we played against some 17 and 18-year-olds. We played alternative school.
Yeah.
And they beat the shit out of us. Oh my God. They had 2 6'9" motherfuckers. It's like,
yeah, they was grown.
Yeah. It was an experience. I'll tell you that. It built the team though. And my coach, I didn't really like him for that, but
There's a guy that's been in college for 8 years now, still playing, still got eligibility. I mean, can you imagine yourself? You graduated high school at 19, 20, and then you was able to,
You know, I was always the youngest motherfucker.
you know?
You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah, me
always the
too. I
youngest.
graduated
Yeah,
at 17
right,
too.
right. And I was younger than you. So even when we was together, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was always the youngest. And man, you know, there was a lot to that. Like I just imagine, like, if we played together in high school and stayed the extra year or the extra 2 years that some of our peers did.
Yeah.
We would have dominated and then went to college and dominated and
Yeah.
went into the pros and
Yeah.
dominated.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And we could have got Ron in there because he was dominating out there. He was at TF South. He was dominating, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. I mean, damn, they was 19.
Yes.
They had to get the speech. I remember they called him down there. I'm like, what? I think I was hanging out in the hallway with him. I was like,
That's
well,
wild
damn.
as hell. I don't think I went to high school with anybody that was 19.
Can you imagine that?
No.
You gotta get the speech that you can't talk to no. You better find because okay, there's a 2
We
year.
had a girl, so that's a whole different dynamic. But I don't think I went to high school with anybody that was 19.
Okay, so there was a 2 year thing because I think Illinois, legal age is 17. So if you're 19, you can't mess with nobody under 17.
Right.
If you're 18, you can mess with somebody who's 16, and that's the speech they got. Run around, you old as hell, praying on people's freshman daughters and shit like that.
18, I don't think they can mess with 16s either in Illinois.
Yeah,
unless
it's 2 year difference. Unless they start dating them. I think it's a 2 year difference.
I think 17 is the at
I
least
think
for
it's a
sex.
2 year difference.
I don't know about the dating, but for sex.
Yeah, for sex. I think but maybe they have to have already started dating before.
I think statutory rape is anybody that's 18 and anybody less than 17.
There's a 2 year window where they let you, because most kids graduate high school at 18.
I think, but with sex, I don't know. You're usually right more than I am on stuff like this. But,
I'm not sure.
I gotta look because
I think if they're in the same peer group or something, it's looked at differently.
I think it's a solid age. And beyond that is my phone going down. Got another phone or something. I'll be right back. Check. And you are correct.
No, I was wrong. Illinois does not have the Romeo and Juliet exemption, but most states do.
Damn.
That's what I was thinking of, the Romeo and Juliet exemption.
And I looked at I asked it for that and left out the IL in front of legal.
Right. So yeah, Illinois, you're right. You can't.
Yeah, I didn't.
But
think
there
so.
have been cases where, like, say if you're in high school and you start dating this girl, you were 17, she was 15.
Okay, I can understand that.
Yeah, they'll probably look at it differently, But no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, they probably have to just break up with her and wait.
Solid age,
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, Illinois don't have that. Probably because of the 17. And because I think in Cali the age is 18, so you could be 20. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy because Gabby's 18.
Yeah.
Or wait a minute. No, it should be 18. Oh, 2 days.
Oh, you better shout her out too, huh?
Gabbers, Daddy love you.
You know what I'm saying? All right, yeah. Happy birthday to my niece.
Yes.
All right, and that brings us to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's gonna be Wordsmith's final words out there, 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 out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Woo! I'm going to be honest and tell all y'all the truth. I have been a victim and the promoter of truth. The social media death scroll is true. And to be honest, some of it caused brain damage too. Because when you don't rest, your mind doesn't heal. Your body doesn't heal. It just builds a mound of momentum. They know that it's instrumental to get the type of rest that you need. It heals your mind, body, and soul in every creed. You was born to succeed and feed. That's why they know that we just need to proceed without greed and do what we need to do and perceive a crew. Yo, social media's access to shit that ain't even your business. It's the truth. It's the lyrical lack of physical fitness. Did you not know the truth? Witness what goes down, the show's down. Man, I know it's but these people don't know they nitwits. It's liquid. The way they show you the wrong way to go. You just follow like a sheep. But the goat move quiet as you keep. I was born to seep into the witness. They talk shit, but they know the lyrical, physical fitness. The gift it is. I'm gonna shift this back to the social media death scroll. Brain damage that it rolls. It controls your growth and lets you know that they gonna play you like a hoe. Limitless. Infant with the gift. I rip it quick. And most of it is just bullshit, lies that make you unwise. Live within the devil's cries. Ain't no surprise. It's just a surmise that social media death scroll causes brain damage. Why you roll? Do you know even way to go? We've been so indoctrinated, even us that hate it. No, some way or form of faction, we have displayed it. Man, can you understand the limitness, the way I grow towards what I want to show? I want to know everything that I was born to know. And then I want to share it to all of y'all. It's born to live, never fall. But so you know that they hold you just like a picture Kodak. They want to hold back all of us. And the science shows that. But do we trust the science? It means to know. And they tell us what it is we need to know. I don't know. But I think social media should be limited to the people that can't understand the right from wrong. They don't live within the limits of a song or a psalm. They just absorb everything that's going on. That's theta. And that should not be the thing that they extend. We need our beings to grow from theta right into what they want to do and go for it, not be all fucked up and questionable. So social media is a straight up distraction. It limits you into your mind and not taking action. Then even frame a form of faction, get bored in a reaction and move to the next thing and never focus to becoming the being that you are supposed to be for all to see, for generations to be admired. Words. Love, honor, respect. Use my mind, my words, my platform as a tech. No disrespect. Love, honor, respect.
Do you think you are the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
You know what that means? Latin means know thyself.
Time is now, my people. We must
Man, know thyself. I will eat the right foods that I
Go myself.
Cause the wrong way stole my health. I'm glad to be me now and nobody else.
Man, know thyself.
I will eat the right foods that I
Grow myself.
Cause the wrong way stole
My health.
I'm glad to be me now and nobody else. Yo,
Bullets.
getting the code and all the scriptures, potions and elixirs.
Come on, Karen. Bullets. A boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder is suicide.
Yeah, well, an eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
You want to be a slave? Vibrate greed. Ego. Fear. That's how they make you a slave. You end up in prison.
Okay. I know for sure, charity plus humility times love is freedom.
That's how you get out. Do not answer questions.
Question everything.
We've got two who can see.
Fear is cap. It's an illusion.
Yeah. Vibrate love.
See if you can hear it. You never die when you breathe in the Holy Spirit. Swine ain't divine, the people they won't go near it. Salad bar, spit a notch of avatar here to bring you back to God. Said it just like Master Far sent you. The end ain't always happy.
And forgiveness is love's supreme vibration.
So, do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end a beef.
Healthy people, heal thy people. That's a commandment.
Yeah, 'cause hurt people, for sure, gonna try to hurt people.
Free Larry Hoover, man, like Big Meech.
Free Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison to slavery.
Check that 13th Amendment if you don't believe them. And be Yah. Walk on water.
Man. Move mountains.
Oh, Mountain Dew.
Yes, sir. Week by week, that mountain is getting weak. It's moving. Look at it.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bones.
Still got them, bro?
Got mine.
Same, man. Stop snitching on y'all self. Take school serious.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.